everybody. Welcome back to Fool's Landing, our Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 2nd Edition campaign, where I will be the Dungeon Master this evening. I'm Jamie, and this is session 48 for our group of returning adventurers. We have 5 tonight, and starting from left to right on my screen, I'll have you introduce yourself and your character, starting with Wayne. Good evening.
Good evening. I am Wayne. I am one of the fools who have landed in this campaign. I am playing Seharn, the generic cleric aquatic elf of Valcour. I'm loving it.
Perfect. And he is level
Five.
5.
Yep,
Perfect.
five.
Next, we have one of our OG players coming to us this evening, Chris. Hello.
Hey, let's see. I'm playing Kurza, our elven wizard, level 5 and also a level 1 scout now.
Yes. Perfect. Good to have you.
So,
Next up is Molly. Hello.
Hello, I am playing Shaujr, my former character's brother, and he is a Rashamar 4th level barbarian wizard slayer.
Yes, that sounds so good, actually. All those things together. Good to have you back. Next
Does.
up is Brandon.
Hello, I am Brandon. I am playing Nod Osferatu, a Minotaur Shadow Thief. He is
Level 6, our leader in levels. Good to have you as well. And last but not least, another one of our original players, Adam. Welcome back.
Great. Yeah, I'm Adam playing Bartholomew Adams, a level 5 priest of Lyra, who I just realized his face cowl or covering kind of looks like a Cobra Commander.
It does. Absolutely. You just don't have that Cobra lisp.
I'm surprised it took me this long to make that connection, but yeah, that's
That's good. Good to have everybody back. It's been a couple weeks. We missed the session, so we were catching up, but we'll do another quick sort of on-cam recap here for the benefit of any future viewers. Does anyone want to take a crack at summarizing what we did last session as the veil lifted and you made your way out and about around the town?
I will take another crack at this. I think whenever the veil lifted, we were on a search for Baden. We had got some information that, or investigated and discovered he either used a magic to dimension door or used like an underground tunnel to get to this other church right next to the one we were exiting. We did some investigation there, and I believe some of the party stayed there to research and study some of these notes that he had stolen and left there at the church. And a handful of the party went on a shopping trip. Bart was looking for Talbert to mark this vision that he's been having. Nod and Shaujr went to go get some axes and nice new leather armor, and I think they made a trip at the bar and got a little drunk and tipsy and promised to get later matching tattoos. And but by the end of it, we were eager to get out the city and gathered everybody and reconvened. And we're leaving as we heard that there was some trade meeting going on, and royalty was visiting, or some negotiations were happening.
Perfect.
let
That's
me
when we
speak from
were.
experience and say, you don't want matching tattoos. You definitely don't want matching tattoos.
I think there was I think from what I remember there was a little bit of a more of a sense of urgency suddenly that you all didn't want to wait around, because I think I remember the other thing that you had done was, didn't Bart have a tabard or tunic made with the crest of the tower, right? And I think that was something that you paid a little bit extra to expedite, because you guys really wanted to get out of town like within 24 hours of the veil lifting, I
Yes.
believe, right?
D- Didn't want to
To
get
get out while it was
stuck.
easy to get out compared to getting checked and patted down every time we crossed and
Yeah,
have
That's
further
about
issues.
right.
yeah.
That's all right.
So it was with that in mind that you were all making your way through Procamper toward the Great Way, because you were looking for the fastest exit. I'll put us back on that other map real quick. This will give a better idea of where this encounter is taking place. This was the temple district here where you spent a lot of time. And I think merchant district, adventurers district, poor district. This was the services district, the noble district, and then the castle harbor district, of course. I forget what the blue one is. I'm gonna double check my. That's this. It's called the
I
C
think
district.
that had to do with the
It's the C
C
district.
district.
Yeah. So that's where all the fun taverns are. But you all were making your way through town. Again, the veil had lifted. I think it was midday, approximately. You had a couple things that errands you tied up and started making your way through the Great Way. All the gates were open, and you got out there, heading towards the harbor district because the gate that you had come through, you wanted to depart through. And as you did, that's where we pick up on the scene for this evening, where you approached, looked like a caravan coming down the street ahead of you, and I believe that there were some perception checks made. Several of you have recognized that some of these were Cormyrean, and there are a mixture of Cormyrean and pro-camper guards and envoys, if you will, making their way through the Great Way. And this is when you had to pretty much pass this other convoy in order to make it to your destination. And while doing that, a couple members of our party got a little bit twitchy, including Kurza and Bart, who the two of you, I'll describe it this way, you feel an overwhelming instinct that there's a great evil approaching you. And even without really any ability to resist, your hands and arms are going to move a little bit against your will. Your body begins to move against its will towards the threat. And that's when the rest of the party is, I think, already taken a look and maybe noticed that the two of you are acting a little bit unordinary. And so I'm going to give everybody an opportunity here to roll initiative.
We're reacting to their movement.
Yeah, I'm going to make sure that everyone gets an opportunity to act before consequences begin to occur. So if I put you in a turn order, it'll make it easier to run through that.
So we're just gonna roll straight initiative, just like D10.
Yeah, you don't have to, unless you're casting or whatever. Yeah,
I'll just roll it. Okay.
but I don't know if these are mapped right to your
Doing it.
just yet. What's gonna happen until I switch?
Let's see.
So Bart got a
Yeah, I don't
6.
see any of the.
That is, yeah.
That's
Doesn't-
lightning. Look at
Kurza
that.
got a
Kurza.
1.
No,
It's
spellcasters.
No, I've got a 9. Let's see, what did Shaujr get? A
9.
9 as well. Okay, Seharn got a 1 as well.
Right now, I'm
And
holding any action. Until
Bart is 6. Okay. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
give you a second here to see what's going on beforehand. But this for both Bart
Are
and
there 2 Barts here?
yeah, there are 2 Barts here. I got
Oh, there. Okay. Yeah,
1,
there you go.
2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5. Okay, so we got 5 of you. Bart, you'll be acting on a 1 as well right now because you're gonna be going first, along with Kurza, excuse me. So let me move us over to an overhead view of this, if I can.
We're fully rested and prepared to go, aren't we?
Yes, you spent a long time in town
Yes,
resting.
it's been a
and-
while.
Yeah,
Did a whole RP session last time.
I need Shaujr. Let me see. There we go. All right, this is what we want.
That's nice.
All right, so this is best I could get as of a depiction of what the Great Way would possibly be like as you're heading through between districts here and see in front of you this caravan. This is when both Kurza and Bart will begin to, and what I would need to.
I can't see in front of me.
Can
Yeah,
you?
what-
Neither can I. I can't see anything. It's just black.
Oh, sorry. Hold
Yeah,
on.
there's
Maybe I don't
just
have the
like
Got
vision.
the wrong setting on.
I can see it.
There you go.
Sorry about that. All right. This is where you all are. Walked around a cart on your way, and that was why you were surprised to see this sudden caravan approaching you. And this is when Kurza. Let me have Seharn, I guess, first make a wisdom check.
All right, I will. Recall up my character.
Do you see?
No modifier. Probably not good. Wait. I forget I'm playing 2 weeks.
Okay, yeah, no, you're good there. So you definitely notice that Kurza has taken a step forward, and what are Kurza's weapons? He's got dagger,
Yes,
short bow. So it looks like he's drawing his short bow right now, and that he's intending on firing it. And
I'm thinking I might have to cast a hold person on my friend. Like he's looking aggressive at. Can I tell whom or what he's targeting, or just
yeah, he looks like
royal-looking crowd?
he has a. You notice that his eyes just have not blinked, and he's fixated on the caravan, the center of the caravan. So
Do I have any sense of impending danger with the danger sense?
let's see. When do you go? 9? Probably not quite yet.
Okay.
And both of them are making an aggressive move, right? Because that matters.
Let's see. So what is Bart's weapon of choice? Let's see. Typically. Oh shit! I just deleted you from the turn order. My bad.
If they're looking aggressive, I can hold person and try to cover both of them, and it changes the.
Yeah, they both appear to be acting aggressively. I'll move them both down in the turn order now. I think I've got it fixed. But
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you, DM, because this looks like we could get in a lot of trouble here. What do you think? Yeah.
Could.
Yeah. All right. So they have I think it's wisdom, but it's a -1 penalty because I'm splitting it amongst 2 people.
okay.
All right.
Do you have the what? It's just hold person, right? Okay.
Yep. It's a 5 rounds casting time, if that matters to you. 1d4 person in a 20-foot cube, which I'm assuming they're close enough together to do that.
That will matter. So it's casting times 5.
Mhm.
Okay. So
I think it's a -1 to their saving throws.
Yes.
okay.
Yes. It's -2 on single target, -1 on 2. No, none. Normal save on more. But
All right. I think that would mean then that's going to trigger pretty much after Kurza and Bart both are able to act.
oh no.
Let me double check.
I'm still doing it. I'm holding them down. I'll still do it.
Yeah, let me just double check something, but I think that's going to be right.
So I'm just hoping this isn't some royal or semi-royal, and you're just firing on their guard or them, because we could be in a world of trouble, guys. What is this coming at us? It's a code. You see all the guards?
So
I don't know, man. We could be.
So I'm gonna have Bart and Kurza go ahead and make attack rolls here.
See, I do have a question. Nod has gloves of missile snaring. So being this close to Bart, is it theoretical possible I could snare one of his arrows before he fires it or as he's firing it? Or I know it's not my turn. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah. I think unfortunately you're not gonna be able to do anything until after he's done something, unless I don't know.
I think you're in the wrong position too, because it looks like technically you're behind him.
Behind him. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
As he's notching this arrow, I might be able to grab the arrow as he's notching, and I'll just paste these just so.
I don't know. I was just hoping Jamie said yes anyway. It's a DM, man.
Yeah, no,
It's
I
a
know, but in my opinion, you would have to spend a hero point and re-roll initiative and beat a 5. That's, you know what I mean? That would be the fair way to roll it, I think.
Yeah, I'm with you, and that's what I mean. I don't want to abuse it, and that's why I was asking before.
Can I use my
that's a good
hero
idea.
point to reroll my initiative?
No, unfortunately, you and Bart are forces beyond your power of hero points.
All right, so yeah, I'm swinging my staff around.
Can I say anything?
You're pretty much just locked in on battle at this point. You feel an overwhelming sense that a great evil is approaching you, and that you're both fearful and angry that it's near you.
Might be having a
And I
psychotic
can't
moment.
even say anything.
No, unfortunately, in this particular moment, you're not going to be able to say anything.
Little break from reality, Chris. Kurza will be all right, maybe. Maybe.
We blame it
Can
on the
I
alcohol.
do a simple cantrip with one hand that's on the bow and just light my thumb on fire to catch the bow itself on fire?
No, unfortunately, this is the very first time that you've felt the power of your bond controlling your will. So it's unfortunate, but you don't really have control of your actions presently.
Are you trying to accidentally sabotage your move here? Because that's pretty clever.
Oh wow, I got an awesome hit on
You
somebody.
actually rolled a really good hit, didn't you?
Damn.
That's the maximum.
All right.
Yeah.
I rolled a natural 20 on
Bart's just
somebody.
flailing into the void. You're zoning in on something by the look of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and
You get to roll
damage.
Is that a 20 too? Do you get to roll like a crit?
Oh, it is. It is. It is
Yeah.
20. I just
yeah.
see that now. That's the best
right.
you could have done. That's -2 is not bad, actually.
Yeah.
Just out and out kill the guard in one shot of the guard.
Oh, and you maxed your
I
crit
maxed out the damage.
You can roll on the critical hit table, actually, and let's see if a different outcome occurs.
This is
Yeah, it is.
you never know what's going to happen with roll 20 and the quote unquote random dice.
Right? Like that cat we had there.
Critical hit.
Not
There
just
we
going to
go.
disappear into the shadows. I don't know these
Time.
guys.
Okay, so we'll just double the damage.
So
Was
what'd I-
the damage already was doubled, right?
Double it again?
Wait, was
Yeah.
the damage doubled? Yeah.
No, he just rolled max
Yeah,
damage. He just. Oh yeah, it did. It
No,
rolled
I did.
twice for him.
Yeah, it
It
looks like it
basically rolled
says
twice.
crit damage. Yeah, it rolled it twice. So
Yeah, I rolled the crit damage because
Okay.
that's what it indicated. So I just
Yeah.
hit the crit button.
Okay. All right. Your arrow peels through one of the smallest of openings and into the caravan, Chris, and you don't even see anything, but you hear a scream come from inside of the caravan as you found the perfect hole to shoot through and struck someone inside. In this case, it says that it was a torso wound, so looks like it struck someone in their chest area inside of the caravan. Okay, Bart, you took a swing with your
I'm going to be dead shortly.
quarterstaff.
Yeah.
It would have been
Oh no.
towards your nearest opponent, given that it's a melee weapon. You didn't have anything else to really use there. You missed with that swing, but definitely got some attention in the meantime. It is Seharn's turn, and his
I'm reloading.
spell is going off, and you guys each would get now a save. What's the save they have to make, Wayne?
Is it a
Well, wouldn't I be going on?
spell save?
I wouldn't be going
Is it a spell?
on 1. I'd be going on 8 if I was doing a short bow because I rolled an unmodified.
Yeah, you rolled a 1.
And I'd have a delay of 7 for using a short bow.
Oh, okay, okay.
Oh.
So I'd be going on 8.
Oh, I see.
And I rolled a 1. I'd
I think
go
I
on
used
6.
Okay, so you got 6, and hold on, where is Kurza? Oh, there's Kurza.
Our GM cheat us, bro.
I might
Did he?
have cheated you guys. Let's see.
That's right, cheated us. Wow.
So what's your speed, Bart, on yours?
4.
Okay, so yours was
So
5.
I
I made
guess-
you both 5.
Yeah.
But your attack would have gone off, but it was a miss. So we'll hand wave the critical hit from Kurza for a second, and he gets a saving throw to see if possibly that hit doesn't occur. So this would be Kurza. You would have a it's got to be a spell save, right?
Yeah, with a -1. This
Spell?
might save us from the repercussion of this
Paralyzation?
attack would be
A paralyzation save or a spell save?
spell save.
All right. So I failed my spell save. You were capturing us both in that, weren't you? I was.
That was
Yeah.
successful.
Yes.
Okay,
Good.
so I think that means
Yeah.
unfortunately that you have the reverse effect.
I'm held.
You're held. Yeah, you're held.
Yeah.
But Kurza would not be.
And my attack goes through.
Yeah, his attack would go through.
Oh,
So-
did you? Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, it only shows to you. Okay, yeah. I didn't see that.
Yeah, I don't know how else to turn those
Then-
on, but yeah, so you failed, Bart's failed, meaning
is it
his
going
attack
only
didn't
to-
go, but Kurza's does let it rip,
That's-
and so you would still have the scream from inside the caravan. It is
Ouch.
then, we've done, the shot has been fired. Nod, you would be the next to act here. I know it's sudden, but you have a chance to intervene here somehow.
We're gonna end up in prison here or what?
Oh, I definitely want to
What do y'all think?
essentially tackle or just get rid of Kurza from the equation, like his bow and all that. We definitely don't want them to see that it was him with the bow or anything like that. Might already be too late for that.
Yeah, we're pretty much in the middle of the street, man.
That's what I'm assuming. I'm tackling him and we're going to apprehend him and say it was too much alcohol or we're going to turn him in. That's not his goal at this point, to play it off like, yeah, so sorry about this, whoever this guy is, but don't worry, we got this.
Yeah, well, it's the best shot we got, man. Go for it.
Maybe we can get a little prize or consolation money for helping and saving your life. Sorry that you got shot. Maybe
You
a
gotta-
little heal.
You got a high charisma. Maybe Jamie will be generous. Let you see if you can, persuade them.
Yeah, but that's Not's goal. He's going for Kurza because he would see that Bart has stiffened up, so he's less worried about the stiff cleric maybe from him falling, but no stopping the other
Yeah, I'll
person
lead him.
who's pushing.
I'll lead him away.
Yeah, so I think this would be an ability check pretty much situation for you guys. Let's see. I think
I assume I can't do anything more this turn other than cast, but that's my intention. Then to
You
shuffle my
stopped one
foot
of
off
us.
the road.
yeah.
I'm just gonna push you off to the sidewalk. Keep your
So
out of trouble.
so what's first for you here, Nod? Are you trying to grab the weapon or grab Kurza himself?
It would probably I would go for Kurza, right? I guess the goal would be to maybe use my size or the large cloak he has to wrap around Kurza and end that process, maybe tucking the bow in there somewhere, but more even going for the tackle. He was committed to at this point even try to play it off as in, we capture this guy. Whatever is going to put Nod in the least amount of danger. So like
Okay.
going for the bow and maybe even getting fingers pointed at him because now he's holding it would not be the smartest idea.
Okay, so we'll then take a look at the grappling rules for this. I think this would be the best way to resolve it.
How about a charge by the Minotaur and just bounce me off?
Okay, so what?
Tack, yeah, just a full tackle.
Here's what we'll do is you'll do an attack roll against Kurza's AC first to see if you're able to have your way.
I guess I'm just gonna do one of these horn attacks because they're preset just with my attack code.
Yeah, if you've got an unarmed attack
Oh,
or not, but oh, you rolled a 1.
we have astonishing fortunes.
There are 5 currently
You-
in the
You
pot.
might want
I
to,
mean,
man.
yeah, I
you
guess
might
I
want to. Yeah.
hate
think-
using it this
yeah.
early, but
No, I think this is critical. I'm with her.
It-
Let's do it.
it can't get worse.
Wow.
That's amazing. Look at the swing there.
Is that a nat 20?
One end to the
Yes,
other.
Okay.
it went from a nat 1 to a nat 20.
All right, so in this case,
Crazy.
Didn't one of you mention in the chat using just physical dice?
Yeah. The randomness in roll 20 is not.
Sometimes
yeah.
this just doesn't feel like it's supposed to sometimes, but
Yeah, I've seen Jeff over at Kevin's game on Dungeon Musing roll 3 1s in a row.
all right,
Hey.
so
Yep.
both
Yeah, that's odd.
Kurza and Nod, go ahead and roll a d20 and add your strength modifier to the result.
Strength modifier? What's that?
Something I hope you
Yeah.
don't
You
have.
probably would have a -1 if you had one.
Glad-
I can just
Yeah,
roll a naked D20 then. Yeah, it's there you go.
So what's your strength modifier, Nod?
6 right now.
6. Okay, so you're able to control the grapple in this current round, meaning what is it you want to do to manipulate Kurza right now? Are you just wanting to
Take him down to the
Okay.
ground.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so you're able to do that. In the process, you'll do 1d4 damage to him. So you can roll
Hmm.
a d4 because this is pretty swift and blindsiding to him. So he's going to take just a point from the tackle. So we got
Serves him right.
he's on top,
Stop it, Kurza.
and that should bring us to Shaujr.
All right. Yeah, Shaujr on the other side over here. I probably don't even see that. I imagine it's crowded, right? So he's just, if there's a curb here, he wants to stand up on the curb. Otherwise, he's just craning his neck and he just wants to check out this procession and detect magic. So that means I spend the full round concentrating. And if I'm successful, it's a pain that I feel. And there's a 50% chance I can tell the bent, whether it's good or evil magic.
Okay, let's have you make a charisma roll for this is going to be, I think, to play off the fact that you're a part of this group that's walking down the street. So I think you may feel like you're like a little bit too close to blend yourself away from your party without being pointed out because and for unfortunately for Shaujr, you're easy to point out.
Sure.
So I'll let you
So-
decide if you still want to try and do it, but that's
So you're saying
I'm gonna
I
let
do notice?
yeah,
I notice this all going on?
yeah,
Okay.
you notice this all going on, and you notice that if you were trying to attempt to slip away or not look as if you're a part of this group walking together, it's gonna not work out for you. But you can still act and do something else, or you can attempt to still do the detect magic. I'm just saying that they know you're with this group, right? So you're not able to look like a stranger on the street or a straggler third party, if you will.
Not
Right,
that
well-
crowded of a street then. Oh.
No.
I guess I'm gonna
cover.
try and create a distraction. So I will, look around the closest person to me that I don't like the look of, and I'm just gonna push him really hard and go, "It's a thief! Stop thief!" Yeah, so push him and yell that there's a thief. Watch out.
Okay. All right. That's definitely a distraction. I guess we'll do.
That might work to our
Would that
advantage,
be a-
Molly.
Go ahead
Would
and
that be another charisma or?
I think in this case, if you're gonna push, are you just trying to push
Yeah.
them?
Yeah. If possible, I would probably push him like in front of the horseman.
Yeah. So you're really trying to do a full force
Yeah.
push here. Okay. So you can do a attack roll here, just a unarmed attack. There's enough people walking around that aren't wearing purple that you could find somebody that doesn't look like they're at least directly associated with the caravan. It's just that it's not a ton of people. So in this case, you pick out someone nearby and you shove him. Let me grab a token for this person.
In my loudest voice that I can muster.
Let's see, I'm gonna just grab a token from another game.
That
here.
would have been AC3 that I hit.
All right, so we'll use this person that's in the background here. I'll tokenize them, and you're gonna step over and do the push, and the push does hit. So
Hoping to knock them into some other people and just straight up.
I'm gonna have them make a dex check and see if no. Okay, so basically because of where they're standing, they're gonna fall backwards over the curb. And let me move you over here. And I'll move them out. That's what ends up happening is you take over their spot and push them in the direction of the horse, and they're laying prone on the ground after falling down from the curbside from the unexpected shove. So that was good. You got something to create some chaos. And then I think this is when you start to see some reaction from the guards who are escorting the convoy, where several of them are going to step forward. This one first is going to step up to this fallen person. I'm going to have them make a wisdom check to see if they noticed your shove and if they believe your charisma. You failed your charisma by 6. Okay. All right, so they don't buy it. At least this guard that's nearest doesn't buy the aggression. So he goes past and towards Shaujr. He is going to attempt to detain you by lifting his sword in your direction and telling you to hold your ground. So I'll give you a chance to react to that next turn. The other one is going to come up as well. He's checking on the fallen person that was shoved over to see what the hell the deal is there. And then these other two are going to come up on this other side here towards Kurza and Nod, who is now on top of Kurza. And they will be yelling in your direction, would be towards detain him. And one of them will reach down to try to start to grab Kurza and detain him in aid of what Nod is already doing. And so that's it for the guards that are going to react in this particular round, which means
He's drinking too much ale, my lord. I'm sorry. I try to stop him at the bar.
So does this mean I get to take my second arrow shot now?
let's see where are we at. We're back to your turn. You rolled a 1 initially.
No, I got the second half of my but with the bow I was at 8.
Oh, you got taken down before you could get your second shot off because that would have happened at the end of the round.
Right, right.
Yeah. So you got taken down by him and unable to do that right now. But in this case, it is your turn, Kurza, and you unfortunately still don't have full control over yourself, but enough that you know somebody's trying to hold you against your will down to the ground. So this is where we'll have you and Nod do another grappling check. So both you guys can do strength checks, and it'll just be a matter of who passes by more.
Does not get an
Nod passed
advantage
by
because
what,
he's
2
got.
there? Or 7, it would have been 7.
There we go.
And then Kurza fails. So you're unable over top that's holding you down and pinning you against the at this point. However, Bart.
So can I pull one of the two guards?
You could attack him, but you could definitely try to do so next turn. Bart, you're not unimpeded at this point, and you are.
I thought I was held because I failed my
Oh, you did
spell
You
save.
did fail.
Yeah.
You're the one that's failed. So let me put a little.
So I'm in mid quarterstaff swing. I probably look awkward. I'm assuming.
10-round duration, by the way. But you won't for long because I'm coming up. I'm gonna take him out, push him off the street, drag him away.
All right, so Bart is held. He can't really react here. He doesn't get another save, does he? Does he get one every turn, or how does that work?
I believe spells are just a save. Yeah, yeah.
If
And then
you
it's
failed, you held until the round duration's over.
Okay.
Yeah, duration.
10 rounds.
Okay, let me put.
So,
I'll put a 10 on there.
10 round. Yeah, so that's
2 rounds per level.
At least 30 seconds.
Oops.
Oh no.
Oh wow.
More like a minute. It's more like a minute. Each round is 6 seconds. So that's about a minute.
It was actually teleport person. No.
There you go. Whoopsie.
Why do I only show 14?
Put a 9 in here. All right, there we go. I'm gonna put it as a 9 for now. Okay. That would mean then Seharn is up.
It's up. Yeah. So I intend to step forward and I'm gonna grab him by the collar, the shoulders, back of the neck, and just drag him off as far as I can towards here, out of sight, out of danger, and hopefully forgotten about. Keeping an eye on how much attention is being focused on my friends at the same time.
Okay.
So I can respond to that later.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, you're able.
Right.
Make a strength check to see how far you can pull him back. You're able to grab him, no problem. But his dead weight is the only thing about moving him. It becomes a little bit more difficult.
Although he's pretty much mindlessly, hopefully right now. But it's just terrible. I have a 9.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just stiff in an awkward position. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would just say, I would just say you're able to pull him like you can get as far as where you're behind the Kurza and Nod.
Sure.
So.
That's what I got. That's what I got. I'm good. All right.
And Nod, it's back to you. You're currently in a controlling position in a grapple with your party member, and you have a couple of knights standing beside you trying to detain him. How do you want to proceed here?
I'm just going to, yeah, it's either going to, I'm trying to get a read. I'm going to convince him that, again, he just drank too much alcohol and he just, I'm sorry, my lord, I'll try to keep him out the tavern. He's such a drunk. You know how elves are with their alcohol, they can't handle it well.
Yeah, so I think that Legard will react when it's his turn, but your case has been made. And I think, yeah, as long as he can't do anything right now, so he's stuck. Next is
Yeah,
Shaujr.
I'm just gonna maintain my grip with Kurza. We do this
You
all
say-
the time. It's
Shaujr, you're being asked to disarm yourself and surrender by a knight standing in front of you.
Yeah, I'm gonna raise up my shield and rush him. Try and
Bull rush.
move through. Yeah, like move through him, bash into him with the shield, and run forward.
Okay, all right, I like it. Yep, you can make a. I don't know. Do you have a shield bash attack or something like that configured?
So there is. I was just trying to look that up. Is a shield rush and a shield bash, and I have the shield proficiency weapon and shield thing. I'm still learning the ins and outs of this character.
I would just say in this case, just you can make it like an unarmed attack, and we'll see if we've got to. I think it's shield bash is the skill though. Let's see. It's an improvised melee. That's what it is. So it's
Didn't do so well. Anyway.
okay. Okay, yeah, because
And I'll look it up for future. Yeah.
but yeah, it looks like unless you have a particular skill that comes from the background, it's considered a improvised
attack.
weapon attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it has a slight modifier, but in this case, you're trying to bull rush him, and maybe you glance off of him a little bit, step aside, not really pushing him or making as much contact as you would have thought. But your resistance is noted. Let's see, it's now back to our guards, who I think would be at this point. We'll start with you, Shaujr, and they are going to attempt to detain you. So this is going to be a grapple as well. So a strength on strength. It's going to be tough for them to try to strength on strength, Shaujr. Yeah, you can roll a strength check, and you succeeded by 11. And you beat the opponent on this case. So in this case, they are basically trying to grab you, get a grip of you, and you're easily able to unshackle yourself from any grip. And that's just this one here. So the other one's going to come up as well and attempt to similarly grapple with you. So you can make a second strength check here. Wow. And once again, easily able to hold them at bay, keep them off your arms and shield and equipment from grabbing you. So you've created a good distraction. Let me add, I'm going to add a turn for the innocent bystander who is laying out
Oops.
here.
Sorry.
knocked over
Wrong
on a
place, wrong
dash.
time.
Yep.
All right, so those two knights have gone. The other knights over here are going to, I think I need to double check and see if there is any suspicion of what Bart's actions were here. His actions were a big enough distraction that him trying to raise his weapon and be drug off may or may not have been noticed necessarily, but it definitely would have shown some aggression. So I think Seharn probably. Let me have you roll a charisma roll here.
I think I have like a 13.
Okay. Okay.
So call that up, and here we go.
We'll see if they're even interested. Okay, yeah, that's gonna get their suspicion.
All right.
So this one's stepping forward to see what the hell's going on with Bart and yourself, who are oddly
I
wrestling.
fail.
The other one is detaining Kurza here with the aid of Nod. But Kurza, you are resisting, so you can make a strength check, please. See if Kurza can muster the strength to. unshackle himself.
I'll say Nod wouldn't make it easy for the guard to handcuff him either. He wouldn't.
Yeah, he's
See
not
if we
gonna
can
hand
inject,
him his hand because you're still trying to hopefully get let go.
Right? Yeah, he's just
But-
letting. Was like he's just drunk right now. Just I'll take care of him.
if you don't handle him, we'll just inject a little more chaos into the situation.
Say I still
Chris-
got
Oh,
a
it's
big
fine.
barrel of alcohol somewhere with me too. Look at it. He's just drunk. He has bad habits.
Chris,
I
make,
to
Are you-
signal you last
are you-
round, Brandon. I said just pop him in the head, knock him out, man.
Are you
just
muted,
hit him with the elbow.
Chris?
Just,
It looked like you said. It looked like you said something.
yeah,
Chris,
I didn't see what Chris
or-
was. I didn't hear you either, Chris, and I'm waiting on a strength roll
Huh.
for Kurza.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Can I cast a fireball?
Not currently with a Minotaur on you. You don't really have somatic control of yourself.
you can't wiggle your fingers the right way.
Yeah, I don't know. That would be awesome.
You're, yeah, unfortunately, you're not in a
Well, it'd
position.
be a nice thing to cast against the caravan, right?
Yeah, just suppress. Save us, Jamie. Suppress him. Yeah.
If it were
All right.
remotely realistic, I would trust me. I would love to see him fire a fireball right here.
Well,
But
the thing is,
I
I
think
differ. I
he is
think it
loving
is
this chaos.
remotely realistic. He could literally just, with just this in a couple of words.
But his hands, he's got a. He's like resisting the fact that he's being held down right now. You know what I mean?
Help going
So,
with that.
yeah.
And handcuff.
Yeah, and he's got both hands grabbed, so it's I don't even know that he could do that. That's the only thing. I wish if he had done it a round sooner, maybe when he was just one person on him, possibly. But again, it's not. He's not really in control of all of his actions and reactions, unfortunately. But in this case, Kurza, if you
Do
do
I
a strength
have-
check,
That's a good
Is the
clip.
guard on me?
yeah, the guard has one of your hands, and
Is the other guard on me?
yeah, just one guard on you right now.
Oh, well,
I am too.
No, on Kurza.
Oh, never mind. Yes, sorry. That's not.
Yeah, I know. Big and bad. Thanks, buddy.
Okay.
let's
so-
stay.
So you're still struggling to resist, but trying to resist notably, and the guard unfortunately is able to overpower you here. And you feel yourself being you have pretty much one more action before both of your hands would be completely tied behind you. So in this particular turn, you have one more chance to escape the grab. You can do one more strength check here for your other arm, your free arm.
You have a burning. Never
Well,
mind.
just a nice
You're doing-
magic missile.
Yes.
If you could just catch your breath for a second.
Magic
you-
missile against the
gonna-
guard. Boom.
You're gonna absolutely let that rip.
Should have taken your advice, Seharn, and just wham.
Oh, you're
Oh,
punched
so
away
you're
in the
saying I
head.
can do it then?
Just do one more. Just do one
It's
more
only
strength check,
one.
please.
Because that's literally just
Oh,
pointing
okay.
your finger and uttering a word, right? You could do that behind your back.
Yeah, pretty much. It's only a one segment.
Yeah.
But I don't have any strength to
Okay.
do squat, so
Yeah. Not your. It's probably
Oh, yeah.
a good thing in this case that you're being restrained, and so now you're definitely restrained. That would bring us to where are we? Oh, I think I've got. Do I have Kurza in here twice? I guess so. Okay, Seharn, back to you. You've got Bart in your hand here.
So what is this
Yes.
guard
Bart that I was missing.
doing? Because I intend to just make excuses. And say, he's just drunk. He's just drunk. I'll
So
take him home. I'll take him home.
Yeah,
and
so you,
further drag him away.
I think Bart, you actually had originally rolled a 5, so you're gonna try to, or you're not gonna try to do anything because you're still held. But Seharn, you could try to make another charisma check here, and see if you can't pull it off.
I have
Some
a 13. That's reasonable chance. A reasonable chance. No modifier applied. I roll a 8. There you go.
Yeah. Like audibly wise, are Kurz and I mumbling or like spouting out any curses towards someone, or like
no, I think he's
it's just silent movement?
Yeah,
Like what's their face from The Exorcist?
he's like a lion ready to kill. He's not roaring. He's done roaring. He's upset. And so yeah, you're not really making a lot of noise, talking or coherent necessarily. You're just almost more not in an enraged to the point that you're flailing, but you're enraged to where you're out of control of your emotions somewhat. But for you, Bart, you're pretty much just watching and observing anyway
Yep.
what's going on around you currently. And in this case, the guard decides, very well, be off with him. And he turns to help with detaining Kurza and securing the scene here.
That far then? Just
Yep.
that
Yeah,
far?
you can get that far.
Yeah.
Sure.
Take my friend with me, and hopefully now we're out of sight, out of mind. That's what I want to be. And observe what else is going on.
All right. Okay, so back to the other side of the street here. Our stranger who was shoved to the ground is going to get up and begin screaming at her attacker, yelling and escalating the situation a little bit where the guards are. But beyond that, she's not doing anything else. Nod, you're up again. This is scene is secured, or Kurza is secured, I should say. What would you like to do? It looks like they're basically pinning Kurza down at the moment, have his hands tied behind him, and are ready to lift him up and inspect him.
I'm contemplating on Seharn's advice. Because if we don't want him to say anything incriminating.
We're trying to, the idea, I guess, maybe just suppress trouble. We don't want to
Oh,
start a
yeah,
riot.
that's even better. I can say I'm
Quell
going
it
to
down.
but we'll put something in his mouth because I can even say he's a wizard. We don't want him casting any not nasty spells. That way he won't reveal any information. Again, he's just drunk. I don't want him to insult you either. I'm sorry. And he was trying to prove that he's the best archer there is, and I told him it's not the time.
All right, let's do another strength check between Kurza and Nod trying to stick a rag in Kurza's mouth, which I'm sure he wouldn't like in any situation. So let's do. You guys have a strength check battle. See how far. So he wins by 4. Usually it's Nod's literally strength.
The new cape helps.
Yeah, you're able to get a cloth, probably a real nasty cloth that you've had in your pocket for a really long time, that you've just
Right,
stuck
maybe
into
with a little
Kurza's
bit of
mouth.
Seharn juice or something
It's
on it.
gotta be bad. Like, it's wherever it came from and whatever it's seen. I'm sure it's not been cleaned in a very long time, and now it's stuffed inside poor Kurza's mouth. The guards who see you aiding, I think at this point, are giving you a little bit of respect for the fact that you've helped them, and they don't seem to be looking at you with suspicion at the moment. Anything else, Nod?
Can I be
Uh,
childish?
Say,
want-
go ahead.
I just want to know if Kurza needs to make a con check to keep from vomiting this vile rag.
Say, I'm right there with you, Childis. I'm gonna make sure that the keg of beer or ale, whatever it is, okay.
Oh yeah, so you can do a charisma check here because you're trying to continue the
Convince him.
story that he's just a misguided drunk and didn't know what he was really doing.
Oh,
Yikes. Okay. At this point they are looking again satisfied by the fact that they have detained him and that you helped them with that. You're at least moving around without as much suspicion as others. On the other side, I guess we'll go over to Shaujr. And you now have these two who are trying to grab and detain you, but they're not having much luck at the moment.
Okay, so it is a new round, right? Okay, the reason I ask is because I'm going to attempt to shield parry, and I have to announce that at the beginning of the round, and I get a 1 penalty, +1 to initiative penalty, and that's it. And I yell out, I'm like, I'm the victim here. Look, this rat over here tried to steal from me, and I point to the person I pushed and prepare to parry any grabs or blows that come my way. But notably, I don't draw my axe and start being aggressive.
So I guess that stance or that posture would give you some defensive bonus, by being right, like you're trying to hold yourself
Ye-
behind the shield.
Yeah. So the shield block parry thing is I add 1 to initiative, and then if he attacks, I get to roll an attack against him, but with a +2 because it's a shield. And if I succeed, I parry his blow, but it's only against 1. And because I have weapon and shield style, I don't lose the general bonus to my AC
Okay.
from the shield.
Okay. All right. So we'll cut over to these guards again. The ones on the left side seem to be escorting Kurza at this point to the side of the road. They're removing him from the street level and have him detained on the side of the road over here. Let's see, the other guards on the other side are going to continue to try to grab you here to detain you. And they see I guess they'll try to probably grab the shield for now. So let's just do we'll have the 2 of them are going to try to grab a part of you. Ooh, I do not think they did very well. I guess you can make a strength check to resist here. So, yeah, not only are they not even able to get a grip of you, you're just able to continually buck them away, and neither one is able to get a hold of you. Move the guards, like, there we go. So they're on the side of the street at the moment. Let's see. I think we're back to the top of the order. Kurza, do you have any spells that are non-verbal?
Non-verbal.
Are there any spells that are non-verbal?
There might be a couple, but not many. Not that I'm aware.
That'd be like a special way to
Like
prepare,
spell
though.
sequences.
They're probably
But
touch.
you mean non-somatic? You mean so that they're verbal only, or
I guess it would have to be. It would depend on what kind of somatic. But I'm just looking to see if there's anything that you
because
can do.
all I have is magic missile. What's the other one I've got? I've got mirror image and web.
Yeah, there's very few spells that are
And
non-verbal.
what else?
Actually,
And then fireball, I think,
Mhm.
is the only
Mirror
the
image
only
would be
other one that I have.
A lot of them are
Interesting.
like prepared things, like contingency or minor sequencer that you prepare before, you cast and prepare before, and then you
Yeah.
activate later.
yeah, mirror image is on the list of ones that you could potentially use, but I think that's more of a strategic confusion spell, and you're not in a frame of mind where you're thinking on that type of level. I think so. I'm gonna say that's not, unfortunately,
How
hostile
about just
enough to action.
I have
Befuddled.
the only thing that I have that's somatic only would be the cantrip to start a fire from my thumb. So I could start that and maybe hold it underneath his armor that he's holding me, and he might not notice until it gets really hot. And then he goes, ah! And has to release me.
Okay, we'll say, I guess, if you're able to do that, then that might be, yeah, you're trying to release your bond by using that. So we'll have that playing out. And then, let's see, Bart, you're actually down now to what, 7 turns? I think we've not been updated.
Yeah, we missed a couple. Yeah, I think it was 2 turns. That sounds about right.
Okay, Seharn?
Oh, well,
Things are devolving here.
I know. Is
You
my
got
friend
you got
still
3
looking?
different pockets of action going on.
So if I take my Bartholomew, my friend, and I hold on, looking deep into his eyes, does he look like he's there? And if
Oh
not,
man, I love it. Okay, so this is one of the ways you can try to appeal to him is by making a wisdom check.
I was going to try some creative spell use maybe to break him out of it, but let's go for this. Wisdom. I have a magical defense adjustment of 3 if I can in any way snaggle that to
Okay.
break through.
Ooh.
Okay, so
Ooh, I did well.
So the first step is you are basically trying to appeal to his will to let him know that this is like you're really letting him know how serious this moment is, and you're really trying to get a read on what's going on from him.
And to reach him and bring him back,
Yeah.
to sanity, yeah.
Yeah. So I think
got
in this case it would be a check then for Bart to make and see if he is Let's see.
I was going to ask if creative spell use, if I could burn a bless slot as I'm trying to reach his soul, his spirit, his essence, and call him back to sanity, if that might give him a +1 to
Yeah, I think your appeal to him is going to give him a bonus on this roll. But I'm going to
So,
have you do a. Let's see, what is it?
if it's even doable, or that's just an idea.
Just trying to figure out what the right save is. Okay,
Oh,
I think in this case it's going to be save versus paralyzation. I want to have Bart do a save versus paralyzation.
I think you're being generous. I like you for that.
There you go. Sorry. Oh, you know what? I'm pretty good at that. I can't roll good.
I don't see Bart's
We
roll.
still have astonishing fortunes
He
if you want to.
is rolling all the saves
Yeah.
private. I don't know how to change that for you guys, but
Oh,
he
okay.
failed.
My paralyzation roll was I only had to beat a 9. I rolled a 6. So
It's like first edition D&D where the dungeon master rolled all those.
Yeah, I guess that's what it's trying to emulate, but I don't. There should be a
Yeah.
setting. Usually you can control it, but I can't find the setting.
It should be sheet settings. If you go to the last page, it's like monster or
Mhm.
character sheet, monster sheet, whatever, sheet settings, and it should be, I want to say, near the bottom.
Yeah, so for anybody who wants to check your settings on your sheet, might be
How
able
do you
to.
prefer the visibility of, its thieving skill? Should attack and spell rolls be public or only to GM?
beat set.
I think it's saves though that we're having trouble with.
I want to say it should be the
Both.
save.
Okay,
The monster. I want to say
Oh.
it should be.
we'll see. Yeah, that's where I thought the setting was, but before I didn't have any luck when I tested it. But
Enter
maybe I was doing it wrong.
visibility of thieving skills. Oh, system.
Oh,
Hey, I see Griff
look
popping
who
up.
just logged in here. Look who just came
Oh,
wandering down the
Hey.
street.
cool. Because it's about
Nice of you to come
mid-session
by.
what's
game time.
I can only
Griff,
imagine what kind of turmoil you'll throw Griff to now. It'll be.
right?
All right, I think so. What we've got at the moment is that Seharn, you tried to appeal to Bart. Like you were talking about, you don't see the normal. I don't know if you would even ever have seen Bart's eyes, how much you would have seen Bart's eyes or face, but
Yeah.
his demeanor
Yeah,
still appears to be altered. Yeah, for the
he's
most part. Yeah.
not himself, not relaxed.
Yeah.
Panicked? Is he
No, not panicked. He doesn't
not
look
panicked?
panicked.
No,
No,
no.
no. But he just looks intent on
Just a little
conflict.
psychotic, a little
Yeah.
intense. Okay. All
Yeah.
right, I got it.
But you've got him secured. Are you going to continue to try to pull him in any direction here? Because you could still do that if you'd like.
Does he have a rope on his belt? Does Bart? Does Bart wear a rope?
I don't think he has a rope on him, actually.
All right. I'm just gonna hold his hands.
All right. All right.
At least keep him pinned. Just drag him down the road as far as I can.
Okay. The
About there. About as far as I can get.
the assailant is going to go next here, or the victim of the random crime is going to move off the street entirely behind the guards. Back to Nod.
Distance here.
Nod's in an interesting spot here. He's not necessarily a suspect. He's got some.
Is there any way he can continue to convince that he'll take care of Kurza and he'll take him home and keep him safe? We'll get him out the streets.
You could try to, if you're trying to talk to the guards and you want to convince them of anything, you could definitely do that and attempt another check to try to influence their reaction. But it does look like they've got him held here. While you're thinking about that, let me go ahead and welcome Tim into the game. Tim, can you hear us? Guess not.
Do we take our mid-session after this round?
Yeah, I was just gonna propose that, but I wanted to check and make sure Tim's hearing us. I thought
I saw him light up.
it lit up
Oh,
for a
yeah.
second, but I didn't hear him.
Yeah.
I can hear you guys.
But,
Can you-
Oh, there we go. I can hear you a
Yeah.
little bit. It's a little low, but let me turn you up on my side. How's it going, Tim?
I'm here.
Welcome. You came at a very interesting time, and I think narratively speaking, you may have been behind the group as they were heading out of town. I know everyone was taking care of some business in Pro Camper as you were trying to get out of town. And as you're catching up to the party, I'm going to plug you in here. and I'll tee this up, and then we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll come back, and we'll let Griff decide what he wants to do. But as you are walking towards the gate, you saw this caravan, this Cormyrean caravan in front of you, when suddenly both Bart and Kurza appeared to take on some aggressive stances, and in fact, Kurza fired an arrow quickly into the caravan and into the carriage of the caravan, striking somebody inside the caravan, which prompted a whole lot of reaction from the guards, who have now detained Kurza on the side of the street after Nod helped bring him down and grapple with him. Simultaneously, or shortly thereafter, Shaujr created a distraction by shoving an onlooker or bystander and creating a little bit of chaos to try to draw some of the attention away from Kurza and Bart, and has now found themselves trying to be detained by these guards on the other side of the road. Seharn has been able to move Bart. He cast a hold person. He has Bart now held, and he's dragging Bart against his will down the road. And lastly is where we are right now, which is Nod, who is attempting to convince the guards that Kurza is just drunk and misguided, and it was all a mistake. Anything else?
And look,
Nod?
your friends over there. Yeah, your friends over there. Look, they need help. There's some random guy over there who's putting up some kind of fight or struggle. I'll take care of him. You go help them.
Quick
And then-
question.
I'll get him home.
While you recapped what happened, has the procession stopped during this hubbub, or
Yeah, they stopped.
or are they continuing on? Okay.
They did stop when they pretty much took on a defensive stance after the chaos began, and they've now surrounded the carriage in a defensive stance, and they're not moving at the moment, waiting for the threat to be addressed. But so go ahead, Nod, and do a charisma check here again on see if you can't get them to believe you and maybe help their friends. All right. All right. So yeah, you're trying to like basically make it seem like the greater threat is Shaujr. Is that fair to say? Okay. All right.
He's already dealt with. He's just drunk. I'll take care of him. Look, there's someone over there with a shield putting up some kind of resistance. Why don't you go? Let me deal with him and go deal with him.
Oh,
All right. Let me add Griff. I got Griff added to the turn order. He has rolled initiative, and he's going to be going shortly. He's going to be going next, pretty much. So this is where
All
we'll
right.
pause. Let's take a mid-session break right here, and then we'll come back and pick up with Griff.
this is interesting.
All right.
I'll see you in a
Sounds
few.
good.
All right. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Drama.
Causing problems. There you go.
Such drama.
Oh. Somebody wants my fruit snack, but I don't want to share them. No,
What's
they're not for you. They're not for you.
I love that Tim showed up when he did.
It's perfect
Did
timing.
you just walk out of an alley after buying some stuff and is what the?
Wait a second. Do I know those? Wait a second.
what the hell's going on?
Yeah. Let's see. Is everyone back yet? I think Wayne's still out. But yeah, how you doing, Tim? Doing all right?
Yeah.
Good. Good to hear you. Good to have you there.
We got to get out of this situation somehow. Really don't want to spend next session in a dungeon.
Underdark,
I'll
dungeon
do my
cell.
best to get us out of it.
There, I don't know. I don't know which one you choose, but
The cameras are working.
that's all right. It's something. I know you. I can hear you good. That's important.
I don't know if you guys can see me.
Not yet. I can't see you yet.
Just telling.
All right. So I think we can get going. I know Wayne's still away, but he has a little bit before his turn anyway. And so where
Tim disappeared.
he's refreshing Roll20.
There he goes.
Can you see us, Tim? Oh, there we are. I see you. I don't hear you.
I see him.
Yeah, we lost you on. Maybe your microphone on your camera is fighting back and forth between your browser and Discord.
Check.
Oh, I hear you a little bit.
Check that.
Yeah, I could hear you. Nice. All right, we'll pick up here, and with the last action being that Nod has tried to redirect the attention of Kurza's captors to Shaujr instead, and the next action is actually on Shaujr, right? We'll start with Shaujr first and then Griff. Shaujr, you've got 2 guards currently trying to get you to hand yourself over, and they're trying to grab a hold of you. You've been able to push them back so far with your shield. How would you like to proceed?
So I'm still just going to stay in a defensive posture, not try and be aggressive while shouting, yeah, I just want to settle this. This man stole my ring. And I point at that person that I pushed. Calm down. And again, I will be doing a parry kind of thing with the shield
Okay,
when they try and grab me or whatever.
let's have you make a charisma check.
Okay, I'm having trouble with my sheet loading. I'm not quite sure what's up. It's been hanging on the little spinning D20
Oh,
thing.
that's not good. Let's see. I'm trying to open it now. I got it to pop up in here.
Okay, yeah, do you want to make that check for me?
Sure, yeah.
I'll close this and start it up again, maybe.
Okay, all right. Well, you've got your position held here, and we'll cut over now to the newcomer, to Tim and Griff, who's walking down the road and sees this all unfolding. Griff, how would you like to proceed?
So I'm assuming, can you hear me first?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm assuming I was off doing whatever I was doing, and then I guess I'm trying to catch up with the party, and I walk in and I see, I guess, a commotion. So I'm just going to walk up toward here without drawing any weapons or anything, and just try to figure out what's going on.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to make a wisdom check here.
Love to be able to do anything right now. Everything seems to be locking up.
I do like this image you selected.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is the
very
best
cool.
I could make. I've been using AI to make all these, and it has its limits. It's you know what I was gonna say. You guys would appreciate this. Getting AI to make a good, useful background is almost like wording a wish spell. Like you really,
Yeah.
it really is. It's that hard. You have to be that specific. It will bite you in the ass if you don't. And yeah.
Yep.
But
So
okay.
AI is an evil genie. Is that what you're saying?
Okay, so Griff is so far basically Griff. It looks like your party is pretty much in total chaos and shambles, and that you don't know probably who the aggressor is or isn't necessarily. I'd say you don't have a good read on that, but of course it's your party that is in vulnerable positions. How you would react to that is up to you, but that's your read so far and coming in. Definitely the situation, probably the oddest of this to you is the fact that Seharn is restraining Bart. That's probably the most odd thing, actually, of this entire scene that might be confusing. But anything else, Griff, you wanted to do?
I guess the only other thing I would do, so I guess there's 2 guards on each on Kurza, and then over here, and I don't know Shaujr very. I know I was there when Mithra became Shaujr, but I don't know him. I haven't interacted with him.
Yeah.
But I know Nod, unless he looks different because his.
No, he looks the same to you so far. He doesn't stood out as just being different.
Then I guess the only other thing I would do would be call out to Seharn and say, "What's going on?"
The voice of reason, Seharn.
Yeah.
I'm standing right next to him. That's why.
Kurza and Bart have been taken over, I'm assuming, by the tattoos. And they attacked the caravan.
Okay. Understood.
Yeah, and Seharn is able to speak for himself and seems like himself, of course, whereas Bart is not, doesn't even appear to be communicating it to you at that point.
Does Griff have rope on him? If I see rope, I'm going to say, bind him, bind him.
I don't know what equipment. I guess I'll have my normal equipment on me, but yeah, I'd have to dig it out.
I think it's believable that Griff would have rope somewhere on his body. You decide where, but if that's not, doesn't seem like too big of a stretch that a ranger would have a coil of rope somewhere.
I do. I normally do.
Yeah, I think I do too, but I'm
But
busy.
he's busy. All right, so Griff's getting a read of the scene and looking for his rope. And I think that now the guards are going to react to our Minotaur's suggestion. One of these guards is going to leave Kurza's side and cross the street towards Shaujr and try to help contain the now escalated threat of Shaujr. The other two are close enough that they are actually going to still try to grab a hold of you. I think they, with your shield being up, they're taking that as still a resistance to their command. Let's see. In fact, this one is going to step back with the victim, if you will, and the other one is squaring off with Shaujr. So this will be a strength on strength check. So he's pretty much, he just hits his. So if you beat yours by more than one, then you'll be able to resist this. Picking up some background noise, Tim, from yours. Let's see.
All right.
So I beat it by 1. Or no, I rolled a 3. Yeah, so I beat it at
By
17.
lot,
So
yeah,
by
yeah.
14.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, easy, fellas. I just want my ring back.
Yeah, and your previous charisma check on that is what's caused this other guard to step back and grab the victim in this case, and he actually begins to search her and says, "Where's the ring? Where's the ring then?" And he starts having a look for the ring, and the other guard who tried to grab you, obviously hasn't had any luck. The other guard came across the street and he's trying to grab you as well. So his is 3. So if you do another strength check and beat it by 3, you'll be able to resist his grab. I think the other thing too that would be interesting here, and I was reminded by this by the fact that Griff came walking down the street, is this would be like the first time the group has witnessed Shaujr in any kind of action, and it would be notable that pretty much to this point nobody's laid a hand on him. He's like pretty much just made 3 guards look silly, and nobody's been able to do anything. He just holds his own pretty impressively. So this is a good like introduction to some of what Shaujr does, even without a weapon. Like it would be impressive to see 3 guards, 3 Cormyrean knights having a tough time grabbing a hold of him, right? But yeah, they are unsuccessful, and you're still cornered there by these two, who've just have stepped to try to keep you, oops, on that side. All right, so we're back to Kurza. Kurza, you can go ahead now, and you're gagging on this rag here, and I think that as far as you're concerned you might have a chance to break free from this guard because it's only one person holding you now versus the two that had you previously. I'll have you make a strength check versus the guard's strength and see if you're able to shake your way free, please.
Can I heat up his one of his hands holding me?
Mhm. Yeah, the fact that you had your finger lit, if you will, would help with this for sure. So if you want to give yourself like a plus to the roll, I think that would be good because you'd feel the burn on top of the shrug or whatever you're gonna do to break free. But yeah, since he's grabbing you or whatever on the arm,
What kind of plus do you want me?
I'd just do a +1. I think that's fair with the heat. Maybe that would cause a reaction.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Unfortunately, in this case,
Oh.
he's just you're just not strong, and you're in a position where you're acting in a way that wouldn't cater to Kurza's strengths, which probably is good because you could do more harm. But so right now you're being prevented from that. Bart, I think, is now. I think we need to adjust Bart.
I'm going to spit out what's in my mouth.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that. You can spit that out at the same time during this turn. No one's holding that in your mouth. Now that was the stuffed in there and the other guard's not on you, you can do that. Seharn, it's back to you. You're still dragging Bart along.
I am. Oops. Sorry, I just refreshed. There we are. Yeah, Griff is trying to tie this guy down now. Is that what I'm assuming? I'm just gonna keep holding him.
I'm standing there.
Digging for your rope, right?
Yeah, he was
Hopefully.
assessing the scene, and I think when you asked him for a rope, he started trying to remember where he stowed his rope, and
Yeah,
that's where
just
we left off. Yeah.
hurry before chaos breaks loose. Hopefully this thing doesn't get out of
Are you
hand.
trying to
I keep
move
wondering what
closer
these
to
other...
are you trying to move closer to Griff to so that you and Bart are closer to him?
Sure. Yes, I am doing exactly that right now.
All right. Okay. All
I'm
right.
dragging Bart with me.
So the
Sorry, Adam. I'm sorry to treat you that way, buddy.
It's all right.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm already the one that took away your autonomy this session, but you've worn these things for how long until this happened? It was bound to happen at some point.
It's been like a year and a half of suspense. Yeah.
Yeah, you never really knew what was going to unfold, but here we are. So unfortunately, but so far so good actually. You didn't Bart has not harmed anyone. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. But
No, it's bad that because clerics are suppression, like I'm one-handed here.
yeah,
Basically, I
yeah,
could use his abilities right now in this situation, to be
yeah.
honest.
That's true.
Mm.
All right, we'll cut back over to this side of the street where the guard is searching this person. This person has basically emptied their pockets and shown them everything, and they're like, I don't have any ring. This person is a liar. And so I'm gonna have
Love
the
that.
Look on his finger. It's on his finger. He's hiding his hands.
I love how this ploy is worked out.
All right, Nod, it's on you now. You see this all unfolding.
So yeah, I'll come over here and kind of hold Kurza and I guess find a new cleaner rag, seeing that he didn't like the taste of the last one, and
Oh,
give this one a go. And
oh,
it's like, it's Kurza, it's okay, calm down. We'll take you home. Don't worry. I promise I'll give you one last drink before bed.
all
And
right.
I'll give the guard a wink. Your guys over there need help. Go look, he's still struggling. You haven't even touched him.
There you go.
I love
He'll
it.
buy that.
Love it.
He'll
All right,
buy it.
so do a strength check first with Kurza to see if you can stuff his mouth again. Don't even bother rolling on that one, Kurza. You're eating the rag again, unfortunately. And then the
Plus
charisma
6.
check is all right. Let's see. We'll see how they react to that. Nod. That's nice. All
What
right.
do you do with a +6, Chris? You just eat dirty
I
rag.
just don't know.
Yeah, you just get
Yeah,
the
you just
rag
eat the
stuff
dirty
in.
rag. You just okay.
Eat dirty rag.
So if this was a new
I-
rag, then this might have been like a worse one, where the first time he was being polite, but now he's got to go to the emergency rag. So it could be really bad for Kurza, but Kurza doesn't care at this point.
This is the one he wiped the sweaty mule
Yeah,
down.
yeah. This was probably found on a corpse
We're
in the Underdark. potentially.
We're
but-
headed for a group therapy session next time. That's what it sounds like.
Kurza just come out in the fetal position after this.
All right, Shaujr, we're back to you. You're
I'm
just
not
continuing to hold
so-
a defensive stance?
So at this point, I'm starting to
But
feel really
I'm not-
cornered, right?
Yeah, I mean they definitely look like they're
You guys hear me?
coming towards you. Yeah, I'm
Huh?
sorry.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
Griff.
we can.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying I'm not seeing the turn order refresh on my screen. Maybe it's me.
Who does it show is up right now?
Griff.
Griff?
Oh, it should be on Shaujr. On mine it is. Let's see. Is it?
Yeah, there's a couple of people listening like me in Shaujr.
Yeah, I was going to say Shaujr's not even on
for a couple
mine,
people.
and neither is not.
Nor mine, yeah.
Let's see. Why is Shaujr's not on there?
I'm sure we're on your turn order list, but yeah.
Let me switch. Do you see Shaujr on there now?
There you
I think I put.
Weird.
Yeah, that is weird. It's showing the other artwork, so you don't see nods either.
I'm sorry if I cough a little.
Where is nod? Oh, there we are. You don't see yours nod?
No, mine's not on,
Okay.
on there either.
Yeah, I don't. That is weird.
This
Okay, so now I think everybody should be there. And
Nod's there now. Yeah,
and nods
It's got a
was
zero.
what were
I've
you?
got to scroll
9.
down.
9. Okay. All right. Let me shuffle this again and come back to Shaujr. Okay. All right. I think we're back. Thanks, Tim. Sorry, I didn't know that was happening. All right. Shaujr.
Okay. So I'm gonna less aggressively defend Barry with the shield. So just use the DMG rules where I'll get a +3 to AC. So lower it.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. And you saying anything still
Yeah.
at this point? Because you've
Yeah,
seen
actually-
that the victim has said something and that is being searched.
Yeah, I'm also scanning to see like how far away the gates are and if there's anything I could knock over. But what I just say, I just continue. I'm like, somebody stole it. He's got to have it. There's so many thieving scum in this city. Do your jobs.
We need to go through that gate, don't we? That's where
So
we'll go.
I think that the first thing, let's have you do a wisdom check for scanning to look for something to knock over. So there are, in celebration of this event, there are some banners and tapestry types of decorations hung in the Great Way that could potentially be cut down, pulled down, causing a little bit of chaos potentially if you pulled it the right way, cut it the right way. That might be the only real thing though, because otherwise you'd have to come back here. There is a cart in the road that could be used to your advantage, but otherwise you shoved the only other person nearby. There's nothing else really that you can grab other than the caravan itself has people and things on it, but
Okay. Yeah, next round I'll be making my way towards the banners, but I'm trying not to.
just defending
Yeah.
yourself. And okay. And did you say anything to them?
Yeah, I say somebody somebody stole it. It's gone. There's so many thieves in this city.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you're okay. You could do a charisma check on that again. Okay, you sound compelling. That's good. All right, Griff.
Oh, no, nobody likes to be stolen from. So.
No, yeah, you're worked up. They believe that you're upset. That's good. All right, Griff, back to you.
So I'm going to hold up my hands and say, soldiers of Cormyr, we are not your enemies. Our friends are under the influence of
Some hard liquor,
Evil
yes, hard
spirits.
liquor.
appointed curse. We are trying to take care of our friends. Just help us subdue them, and we'll be okay. And then I'm going to turn to Bart at that point. Other actions.
All right. All right. I think it's a big speech. How
Did you get your rope out in that?
like how deep did you go for this? Is this like the loudest you've ever? Are you shouting this? Are you like?
Yes. Yeah.
All
And
right.
I'm holding up my hands.
All right. All right. Let's have you do a charisma check here. Message.
6 astonishing fortunes.
Yeah,
have-
astonishing
we-
fortune. Do it.
Yeah, we've only used one,
Oh, we have used one?
just one. Yeah, earlier.
Just one,
right?
but there's a lot
Yeah.
riding on this.
But Tim joined and brought one with him, so.
Yeah, so we
yeah.
still got five
That's right.
left.
Yeah, that's right.
So this would cost 1 then.
Yeah. There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, we
No
got
bonuses?
I don't know of any here. There you go.
There we go.
Who needs bonuses when you roll like that? That's all right. So Griff has made a rousing, basically,
They
plea.
just come running in out of nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah. And probably his group hasn't ever seen him be like this, where he's carried himself like this in front of a group of people and tried to draw this much attention to himself, because he's normally not trying to do that. So I think that would be apparent in the way that you got your message out there. And then after you say this, what was it that you were doing? Were you with Kurza? Are you giving the rope, or?
I was turning to Bart to try to get a hold of him. I
Okay.
was going to try to grapple.
Yeah, you can absolutely, you can just grab him because he's held. He's not able to
Okay.
resist. Yeah, you can definitely grab and help move him. But yeah, okay. All right, so let's see how that influences things. But as we move forward, these first 2 guards here are going to make a quick check. Okay, so this guard they're letting up on Shaujr right now, noticing that first of all they've been ineffective, that you're not fighting back, and that the story still needs to be checked out. These guards are gonna kind of pin you, or this guard's gonna kind of continue to stay engaged with you, while the other guard is gonna step back here and what the hell? Where is it? And he's gonna say, "There's nothing here." And so they're gonna turn back and look at you, Shaujr, with false accusations are not taken lightly when it interrupts our caravan, and look at you with some suspicion, which I'll give you a chance to react to in your next turn. And then the other guard on the other side, who has Kurza, is going to go ahead and start to pull and escort Kurza. I don't know why that moved. He's going to be walking this direction with Kurza. Nod, you have a hold of the other side of this. Are you resisting or walking along with them? Don't hear you for some reason.
I'm sorry, I was muted. Yes, I'm not resisting. I'll help escort Kurza across where he
Okay.
wants to.
Keep the criminal at bay. Yeah. All right. So you're walking a little bit in this direction. Oops. Again, I moved it. And all right, Kurza have been thwarted and are being pulled away. But I'll say this, as they're walking you by the caravan, your eyes are still fixated on the side of the caravan, and when you look through the side, you're just like staring intently on you still believe that the most evil thing could ever feel is inside of this caravan. And you look inside, and it looks like a chaotic scene in there, as several people are swarming around someone with a wound, and you can see some of that unfolding. It looks like there's about 5 different people in there, including the person who was struck. And as you're seeing that, you actually feel this sense of satisfaction and almost glee from the fact that you caused this. And you, despite the fact that you have this rag in your mouth, you have definitely what could be interpreted as a smirk or grin on your face as you're being shuffled past the carriage against your will. Cutting over to Bart, similarly.
Can I feint? And by fainting and making them take all of my weight suddenly, can I get to enough play
10
with my
pounds.
hands just to get to my belt to take out the wand of earth and stone and just use the
I'll let you slouch over here for now. You can definitely
Okay.
slouch over, and then next turn we'll see how you're able to position yourself potentially as you're being pulled to get a hold of stuff. I like the thought process. Bart, I'd say similarly, when this all happened, you really did feel like a ripple of a break in your mindset, and the visions that you normally have were replaced with a sense of vengeance that you couldn't understand. But it was overwhelming, and now in this moment, seeing the chaos unfold, similar to Kurza, you definitely would have a grin on your face right now against your will that you're taking a lot of satisfaction from the chaos that's ensued here. That's the undertone that's going on, but back to Seharn, anything you want to try to do here?
I think seeing the situation is we are trying to go through that gate, right? So I'm hoping that Nod might take over here, and hopefully this guard is really just trying to throw him out of the way. They're not trying to arrest us. And I'm gonna grab a hold of Bart here and plead with Griff. Come on, let's help me. Let's get him out of here quickly, and start dragging him down the
Yep.
street as quickly as we can, however far we think we can get. And then meanwhile, I'm going to keep an eye what's going over here with Shaujr, see if like, come on, let's go. Silently.
Yeah, like giving them the motion, like that's
Yeah,
it's
like
now's the
make
time.
for the gate. Yep, make for the gate.
Windows
Let's go.
closing. Okay, so we're back over to the scene here where they've now fully verified that the person does not have any ring, and the attention has moved around on that side. Nod, back over to you. As you walk by, you can make a wisdom check.
So yeah, I was a little curious. You said there's 5 individuals in there. What
Mhm.
do they look like? Are they like dressed nobly, or are they dressed like servants? Maybe like a clerical robes? Can I see a holy symbol?
Yeah, exactly. I was just gonna just say that the arrow appears to have struck a man who is finely dressed and as you take a look, and I think again like this would be like so foreign to Nod to see nobles in a city,
Mm-hmm.
and the way that they're dressed is just unbelievable to you. Like it would stand out, but this person who was struck looks as if they would stand out even beyond that. That you would imagine that they were very likely the most either senior leader in the caravan or somebody of importance because of the way that they're dressed in some fine garb, and notably they're actually wearing emblazoned with the purple dragon on their garb, whereas the others are just finely dressed. This person looked like they were more of like an official, somebody that was connected to the Cormyrean government, whereas the others that are in the carriage maybe look more of just nobility. So that you'd be the only one to really be able to decipher that's who was targeted, because no one else really has any vantage point to see inside the carriage. But yeah, anything else you wanted to do? I assume you're continuing to just follow the lead of the
Yeah,
guard who
escort
is
and
walking.
Did I see anyone? Did I see anyone familiar in the carriage when you were describing that to me?
No,
Okay.
good question.
so yeah, maybe I might look back towards the harn and say they need a healer. Someone's been hurt.
Okay, all right.
I might respond to that depending on what Tim does here.
Okay, all right. So you're moving back that way. I think Shaujr, anything you want to say or do now that the eyes have
Yeah.
turned around again?
Yeah, I realized I've pressed my luck with the trying to talk my way out of it. I've been really lucky, but it's not going to hold. I'm going to make a break for it. Hoping that I can pull down a banner as I, try and run for the gate.
Okay. I think you could make an attack roll on the banner, saying that the banner has like an AC of, because the banner is up high, I'm gonna say that the AC of the banner is like 8, so it's like hitting leather armor, and it's just because of more of a reach thing than the fact that it's strong. But you can definitely try to
Cool.
swipe at it as you escape. So yeah, so that would definitely hit because your THACO is what, 8, or your attack was 15?
17.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
17.
no problem
Yeah.
for Shaujr to slice the banner and make it fall down towards the roadway.
Is it really that high?
Shaujr is what, level 4? Is that why?
Level 4, yeah. And then the barbarians have that springing, leaping thing and fast movement.
Okay, yeah. For some reason, thought it would have been one less, but I guess that's right. Okay.
I was expecting
Well, the
better,
one
more like
was
a warrior.
I put the +1 for my strength in the roll anyway.
Okay.
I wasn't using the axe because I hadn't drawn it, so I'm just assuming, like you said, I could pull it or slice it. But since I don't want to pull the axe just yet.
Yeah, so you'll be able to move about half your movement down the street. You could make it as far as this spot here.
Is that the way? Yeah, that's the way towards the gates.
Or I'm sorry, which way are you trying to go?
Yeah, I'm trying to get out of the city. I'm trying to head towards.
So
out
this
of the
is the
city.
gate that would take you towards the harbor district.
Okay.
That you'd need to ultimately pass.
Yeah, so that's where I'm going. Yeah, you just want to move me. I don't know what the scale is here, and if you want him to make an attack roll on me.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the situation. So you're going to try to squeeze through here, let's say, and as they're staring at you and you're making a break for it and you're running right at them, they'll try to tackle you to stop you, or at least to impede your passage. So let's have you do a dex check first, because I want to see how well you find a hole to pass. All right, so you do find a good passable area here, but let's see if they're able to try to slow you. All right, we'll do this. Will do just a roll to hit. What is your AC?
1 sec. Is that under attributes?
I don't know. Does anyone else have their sheet?
Info tracker.
Or okay, yeah.
AC is 2
Okay. All right.
with the shield.
All right. Yeah. You run through and burst through this like line of guards, and they try to grab at you, but you do find a hole to break through and squeeze in between them, and you're able to clear basically to the back of the caravan to where you're a few steps away maybe from the gateway that would lead towards the harbor district. And we'll cut over to Griff. You just saw Shaujr take off.
Okay, I saw Seharn start heading that way. I'm gonna pick up Bart and see how far I can get toward Nod.
Yep. To be clear, in story, I'm sticking with Griff, but in mechanics wise, I just moved to show what I'm doing.
Okay.
Yeah. So what can
Such a
40 feet?
dry throat tonight.
How far can I get with carrying Bart? So my normal move's 40.
Yeah, I'd say
Get up to Nod.
you can definitely get up to Nod. Yeah, you can definitely get half your movement. Otherwise, you'd have to make a check to try to go any further.
And I assume
All
we're
right.
both dragging him together down the street. Again.
I'll just pick him up.
Yeah, you guys can do
Sure.
that. You guys can
Sure. Yeah.
drag poor
I'll pick
Bart
him up.
around.
Sorry, Adam. Feel bad.
Yeah, so
Just
it's
manhandling
like
your character.
it's a caravan on the sidewalk now. That's heading back there.
Which way is the caravan going?
They were going the
South
opposite
bottom.
way. They're going south on this map, but
All right.
really,
So we're trying to go the opposite way. These guys
Yeah.
are Cormyrean.
they are.
And all of these knights are also Cormyrean.
No, they don't all have purple dragon heraldry. It looks like there may be a mix of pro campers guard that are mixed in with some of them.
Okay.
But
Just a
the
mistake. My speech was for everybody that was attacking us, but
yeah,
we're all Cormyrean. But
they're the majority are
Okay.
Cormyrean. It's not
Okay.
there's very few pro camper guards here. It looks like the Cormyreans probably wouldn't have accepted their help anyway, but they were here just for formality sake. But yeah, as you are coming up along the side of the caravan, both Seharn and Griff, you can roll, and Nod can all roll wisdom checks here. Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Oh,
So you all
did.
get a pretty clear glimpse of the scene that's unfolding inside of the carriage, where it's definite to you that someone has been gravely injured by an arrow that struck them, and the others are trying to attend to them. It's definitely noticeable as well the amount of wealth that these people must have and the ornateness of even their carriage that they must have brought with them. So it's definitely no small thing that they're here and that they've brought such an entourage. And whoever this person was that was struck, I don't think any of you would have any knowledge of who they are specifically, but by having this point of view, you have a feeling that it was likely the most notable figure in this particular group.
There's nothing we can do or say once we notice this. We
You
have to
can.
wait for the next.
No, you can say something if you want, but I'm just telling you what it is you would be seeing. And
I would turn to.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say I would turn to Seharn and say, see if you can render aid.
Oh, yeah. You keep our friends suppressed.
Okay, so we'll give you a chance to do that here in just a second when it's your turn. Let the
Yep.
knights here attempt their turn. So they're gonna try to pursue and restrain the escapee.
Yeah, and I'm gonna the one that's holding Kurza. I'm gonna be like pointing at Shaujr. I'm like, look, he's running. Look, they need help.
'Cause they
Just a
don't.
reminder, I should be a little faster. My movement rate is 15. A normal human is 12.
That's what I was about to say.
Okay,
And
yeah.
they don't necessarily know you're even with us. Oh,
This is
right.
right now, and Griff definitely knows that this is almost a separate, being treated as a separate thing. Yeah, you're not tied to Shaujr at this point, but these two had a little bit of a head start. You ran past them, so they are able to at least catch up and try to grab at you to stop you at this point before you reach the gates. And that's what they're going to try to do. I think they're just going to do a tackle, attempt to grapple. And what do we do here? I think
it's an attack and then opposed strength.
yeah, they'll
right?
have to
Is that right?
do an unarmed attack first. Yeah. Okay, so your AC is 2.
Behind me. So technically, I can't use the shield. So my AC is 6.
Okay. All right. So one of them did get a grip of Shaujr. Let's see. So now we'll do a strength check. So you feel somebody grab at your shoulder as you're running, breaking free, getting up to full speed. All of a sudden, you feel somebody grab, and I'm sure you're gonna buck this off with a 15.
I'm really.
I have to roll a 1 for this to beat you, so I'll show the roll just in case I do roll a 1. But no, I didn't. You're able to buck that grab off your shoulder and don't feel anybody now, at least with hand on you, as you're continuing to be chased towards the gate. All right, back to Kurza. You were, what were you thinking about doing? You're trying to reach your wand, right? Because you're trying to cause chaos with your wand. Is that right, Kurza? Chris, you there? I don't know. Maybe he can't hear me.
It doesn't look like it.
Oh,
Or are you muted, Chris? Maybe. Yeah. Oh, you're muted on Discord. That's what it is.
I can only hear a few words here and there whenever you guys are speaking, so I really have no clue what's going on.
Oh, I don't know.
all right.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it's doing that. But if you can hear us now, basically, you were trying to grab your wand, I believe, was the last thing that you were thinking of doing. Is that still something you think Kurza would do in this situation? But I didn't hear him.
Do I have control of my yet?
I think not. No, you don't yet. No one has really tried to snap you out of it. So you're really at this point being drug along.
But can I control? Okay.
Yeah, I think you're real delayed, Chris. I don't know what's going on with yours. It might be cutting in and out for both our voices and on our side we're hearing you're cutting out a little too. But yeah, you're still not out of the effects of wanting to do something. So if you reach for your wand and attempt to activate it, I think we'll just do, I don't know, I think it's going to be difficult, but let's do a dex check if you can get to your sheet, try a dex check.
Throwing some mischief into our escape plan here.
Yeah,
This
Chris
could-
is stirring
this
the
could be-
pot.
Is Chris gonna TPK all of us?
I don't know.
Okay.
Shaujr, I'm pretty sure, is
I would
about
never
to
do
make it
that.
through the gates of freedom.
All right.
Right? I
Well,
think.
I still got to go through a whole district. Yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
All right, Chris. Kurza has successfully
Right.
grabbed the wand, and I don't know how that would work as far as your ability to activate it.
Does it have a command word, and does he have to say the command word? That's the question.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he does have a dirty
You-
cow.
Yeah.
You do have some stinky things, and yeah.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that you could.
But I'm fainted, so we may have lost that too. You never know.
I'm thinking if you want to spend your turn to try to spit the rag out of your mouth, you can do that. But then you won't be able to activate the wand until next turn. So you can definitely do that. You grabbed your wand and you can try to spit the rag out, but you won't be able to use the wand until next turn.
Is he bound?
The next one's
Even
gonna
if
be
I'm
dirtier,
like
Kurza.
a
Don't you
proper
do
way
it.
to use it.
Yeah, his hands are
Yeah.
grabbed by the guards. They're not
He
tied,
is.
but
He's
he's grabbed.
just totally being an imp right now.
All right, so we've got that, and of course we'll give them a chance to detect it and see if they do something about it. But for now, that's what's going on there. I think Bart is where? How many rounds has it
Bart?
been, Bart? I don't even know. I think it's every time I run.
Another 2 or 3, I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're down a couple more.
Oh, it's eight. Okay, we're on round 8.
And
Oh.
Bart's just still fixated on the caravan, I assume. Just
Back in 30.
Yeah.
You're over my shoulder.
Yeah, Bart, you would really be locked in on observing the caravan and the destruction that was caused. I think again would cause you some sense of some odd feeling of almost like a revenge or something. And again, it doesn't feel like you're connected in any way right now to Lyra. So it's definitely got to be a very unsettling feeling.
But I still detect, like, the whole point of this was I felt a huge force of evil coming from the caravan.
And that specifically that you feel like you've wounded the evil, that you've been a part of helping to wound that evil. Yeah.
Because I lifted up my staff and then froze. So
You
that was
yeah. You were just on the winning side, whether
I did my
it's you or
part.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, I think to answer the other question too for Bart, like you don't recognize anyone inside the caravan either, which even a little more disturbing to you probably, that they're complete strangers, but yet you're getting some kind of joy out of seeing this happen in this forced way. But yeah, you all are getting drugged along. I guess we're back to Seharn. Anything you're trying to do?
All right. Yeah, I'm going to leave Griff to handle Bart here. And seeing the wound, I'm going to take that suggestion and I'm going to go forth and I'm just going to tell them, I think I can help. I can help. I'm a priest. I can help. I'm sorry. People are possessed. They are overcome. They are possessed. We're trying to get them help. And seeing if they'll let me make my way through and offer healing.
All right, this is going to take a mighty charisma check.
Mighty
charisma check.
Mighty charisma.
Is there any way that anything that we have done might give him a bonus?
Not Seharn. Maybe Nod right now has some credibility because he's been actively restraining the attacker. So if Nod wanted to say something, he could definitely either influence.
I would vouch. Yeah, no, we have a healer that can help. I see you're wounded. He looks in grave danger. Say my healer here my friend here, he will help.
Let's do this. We'll do this. We'll do a charisma check for Nod, and for every 2 points you succeed by will be a bonus to Seharn's check.
Beautiful. I love that rule.
So 3. So you'll have a 3, Seharn, to your charisma check here. Your mighty. I think we'll bake that into really what's happened already. I think we'll bake that into the roll that he's gonna make.
That's with +3, and I failed.
Yes.
Well, with
Yeah.
the way did you manually add the +3?
Yeah.
Two.
No, I put it in.
Yeah, he did.
You got a couple of fortune left, don't you?
We have
Like,
we have astonishing fortune.
might be
Is
worth
this,
a.
Might as
think
well,
it's
yeah. Might as well.
important enough?
Yeah.
Probably is. Probably is.
Yeah, we've caused this. We should fix this.
Yeah, honestly. Otherwise, I'm actually surprised we aren't arrested by now.
There you go.
You guys have
There
done
we
a
are.
good job resisting this, and you split apart, which made it a lot more difficult for arrest to take place. But
Yeah, we didn't
And we
have like a
created
cohesive
chaos
group.
and
Yeah, we
okay.
created separate points for them to focus on.
All right, and so this was with the 3 already. Okay. All right, so it looks like the guards are tensed up as you approach the side of the caravan. But as you plead with them, one of the women from inside says, "Let him help." And they swing the door open, and Seharn, they allow you access to the caravan, so you can see at least inside now
no.
more clearly. And I think, yeah, like I guess do a wisdom check, Seharn, just to maybe at this point see if you notice anything else different.
Maybe clues to be had. There we are. It's a nice one. Beat by 12.
Yeah, so you see several chests aboard the wagon, inside the wagon, and
Trying to tempt us into robbing them now.
Oral chest.
Several chests, yes.
it's definitely synonymous
Jewelry
with
everywhere.
wealth that you wouldn't know, that Seharn has never seen. And so it's there, it's definitely a place you've never been, someplace inside of a noble's caravan. And again, like these several chests that are adorned with the crest of Cormyr. And I just think that would be notable, even for
I'll be
even for a
impressed.
clerk. It's impressive to
Yeah.
you. The craftsmanship and what must be within, it definitely would even pique your curiosity. But despite that, you see this injured human who was struck by the arrow and who is laying down inside the caravan, where several people are around trying to help aid him. And we'll give you a chance to interact here. And the woman who allowed you in says, "Please help him. Who would do such a thing?"
Apologies. Yes, I will do what I can. And
As
That's some random
Kurza's
drug.
Kurza's got this like shit-eating grin on his face, being drugged by.
I might make mention of people are possessed by foul magic. They're trying
Oh,
to help.
okay,
But
okay.
I will assist here. And I'll move to whomever was shot. Is this the royalty
Yeah,
that you said?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
How are they?
You can do. Oh,
I
you
hope
just
they're
did a
not
shot.
I
You can.
find them in too much discomfort, do I? Besides the fact that they've got an arrow sticking.
Yeah, you would assess them. I guess you could quickly assess them, their overall health. You think that this could potentially be a mortal wound for them if they didn't receive aid.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's a like a
I did my
perfect
best.
shot, as far as it's difficult for you to even get the arrow out without
He did
having
roll a nat 20, didn't
you rolled a net 20. It's like through the ribs of this individual.
Yeah.
Like, it is not coming out easy. It's in a horrible spot. It's got like one of his lungs is punctured,
And maxed out the
bleeding.
damage too.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's as bad as it gets for inside this little caravan.
that's gruesome, man. Oh, I will. I'm going to try to remove the arrow
Who'd think of
and
Paige would actually
successful
do that
as
with
they're
a book?
I know.
still alive. I will
That's
cast
that
a cure
scout in
light,
you.
a cure light on them as well.
Okay.
Could have been.
All right. So you can do. Let's have you do
Is
a.
you have like any more cure or anything bigger than a cure light?
I'm only a 5th level cleric. What do you think I got
I'm
here?
gonna have you try a dex check to pull the arrow out. I think that'll be better than probably
Well,
better
it's
than
good
most.
that Dex is my second highest ability.
There you go.
Yes. And if we fail, we still have astonishing fortune. But there we go.
Yeah. So you
I'm
don't.
very good.
Yeah, you're able to figure out the right angle that you've got to pull this thing out. It's moved a bit since it went in him, but it went in him at a crooked angle, so you're able to figure that out and then pull it straight through and finally remove it from him and his torso. And you can go ahead and try to cure
Yeah,
light
I'll
wounds.
apologize for causing pain and start praying. How are we doing this? D8?
I-
I don't think we have a. I can't remember if we put a
For
bonus.
cure light wounds?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Let's see what is it? Is it 1d8?
It's just a
Yeah.
D8.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
D8.
it is straight up a D8.
Yeah.
I will continue to pray and offer healing. I might how seriously injured are they? What you just described, they might need.
Yeah,
I'll wait.
they're gravely wounded. They're gravely wounded, and although you've helped by pulling the arrow out, that caused a little bit of damage, and then you healed a little bit back, and they're still struggling. You
So-
definitely
You have healing too, right?
let me cut over to.
Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind. I was going to say I'd keep on going, but
I'm gonna cut over to the person who was pushed is going to attempt to pursue Shaujr as well. So they're gonna chase after you, Shaujr, to try to tackle you and stop you from escaping. I'll have them try to attack you. Okay, so yeah, they rolled a 17. I guess then this would boil down to strength now, just a straight strength checks. And theirs is 15, so they need, in order to beat you, they need to roll a 4 or lower, I think. Let's see. Yeah, they did not. So this person had no chance in slowing you down. May have sped you up and pushed you towards the gate. But
Jinx,
mhm.
real quick, what do I see ahead? There's a gate to another district. It goes to the harbor district, right?
This is a pass through that would lead to, let's see, where's the, let me
I think so.
let me double check my map real quick. So this would lead into the harbor district. So,
Are there guards stationed at it, presumably?
yeah, there are guards up there, and you've always seen guards at that gate.
Yeah. And the last question, are they looking at me yet, or are they doing their job preventing people from getting into this area?
They're definitely looking. They're looking in your direction. They're looking
Okay.
in your direction. But
Okay.
they're on the other side of the gate. You can continue to try to pass through it. They're not going to stop that part. But
And did the banners coming down, did that create any kind of distraction?
yeah, it did. I think the way that I saw this is that the banner would have been cut probably back somewhere between there and there, which then would have fallen down to obstruct this area. So it was definitely a factor for these guys to try to catch you. But again, because you only made it this far at that time, they were able to at least try to get a hand on you. But we'll give you a chance here to go in a second. I need to step away for 1 minute for a bio break, so I'm sorry to do that. But if we can take 2 minutes real quick, I'll be right back. Apologies.
Get us a chance to strategize.
Yeah, you can think about that.
What are we gonna do?
I am concerned that Bart only has 2 rounds left on his hold, so I say we book it as fast as we can. And maybe the influence will go away.
Kill!
I think it's ending this
I was gonna say, Odd, if you can grab Kurza
scenario.
because he's the size of a child, so just grab him and try to run through the gate.
Tuck him under my arm and just
Oh.
start, excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
if
know
you
I got
could.
Bart over my shoulder, and we just book it, try to get through the gate, and then
Lose them in the harbor district, maybe.
I don't think they're going to take any interest in us. They're only
we have to-
protecting the caravan. If we leave them alone, they'll probably stop.
Plus, you've healed the guy, and remember, you have healing and medicine, I think, right?
I do,
Herbalism
but we
and-
don't have time to administer that. But I could do a couple of spells.
Yeah, but it
Right.
might be able to staunch the bleeding
Maybe-
and all that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah, he'll get
give
better
him one
healing
more
at the
heal and then
castle.
leave.
Yeah, I'm going to count those. If Jamie lets me count the roll I did out of
Ooh.
10 earlier. I did get a 1, but whatever. I'll live with that. and then duck out and.
I'm assuming you would only get one per turn, right? So just my assumption. You would only get to cast one per round.
Maybe I get a reroll on that.
If you entered your spells into your character sheet, it tells you.
It's under priest spells, and then you would have to go to first level spells and put it in. And
This is kind of like when you put in short bow, it tells you you can shoot 2 arrows.
Same with Cure Light Wound. It's like per round, and it gives you like a casting time. It's once per round essentially.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna maybe do that. Maybe not waste, but cast another heal, and then as you guys try to get out, and I'll duck out and catch up to you. Hopefully.
I guess if Bart's still under this spell or what's going on, just looking over his option, is his intention to do damage to?
Yeah, his intent would be to do anything he could to further the damage.
The most destructive thing he has on him, honestly speaking, is a vial of the fire breath from Renwick. When we fought the Lich that he never used.
It's just about we're out of danger. You smelt the wagon on fire.
So if
he should, okay.
If there's not a lightning storm that he can use call lightning spell wise, his next move would be to quaff the bottle of fire breath and just spew out. It was like the 10 by 20.
We have a few rounds.
You guys.
Okay,
yeah.
it's fair weather, so there's no. I love it though, Bart. That's you would have a lot going on in your mind during this time, and no time to act. So you would be preparing. What would be the first thing I will do once I can move again? So I think you have one more round to go after this before your hold person is off, and then you can attempt to get to that. That's a great thought, though. But yeah, we'll pick up with Nod is up now, and then it'll be Shaujr.
What Nod is thinking, right? He is just going to thank the guard, just like grab Kurza, tuck him under his arm, and head for the gate.
Okay, the guard has got a hold of Seharn or of Kurza, so you're gonna be pulling him. At some point, you'll face resistance with strength. Are you gonna try to tug of war Kurza away from him?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let's do strength checks and see. I know
he's just gonna give him a nod and say, "Excuse me." And
so we'll see who beats their strength by more with the roll. He has a 7. So he's he actually
all right
holds tight here.
We do have more fortunes.
You should have played with him and maybe just went on the charisma roll. Maybe you would have just let you go. But here we are.
Oh, okay. All right. So you spent a fortune and you pull hard enough that it yanks him loose to where you feel that you have Kurza broke free and you can start to pull him towards the gate. I'll move him with you. Yeah, so he breaks free there. Shaujr, you see the Minotaur and the elf joining you at the gate side here.
Okay, yeah, I'm going full speed. I'm running it at full speed, and it doesn't look likely that I can run past the guards here stationed. I'm going to try and slam into him with the shield. And I did look up the rules for the shield rush.
Okay, definitely. Yeah, so when you make your way through the gate, yeah, you see the guard on the other side. I'll put one there. And he will obviously try to stop you from breaking free into the harbor district. So you can go ahead and do the roll, I guess, here. So you're going to try to knock him back, pretty much.
Okay, there's going to be some negatives. He's aware of me. I get a -3. And he's not moving, so I get so I'm -6 total to whatever I roll. And I rolled a 4. So yeah, that's a total miss.
Okay. Yeah, so maybe the way in which you tried to strike him caused you to deflect off of him, and instead of blowing by him and through him, he's slowed your advance. So you're able to make it into the gate, the archway, but not through it yet, and you're facing some resistance there. Let's see. So
Ouch.
you've attacked, you've moved. I think we're to Griff now.
Keep things interesting, TV, for sure.
All right. How far can I get with?
Oh, how far can you get with Bart? You could get a half movement without having to make a strength check. If you want to go further than half movement, you can make a strength check and try to go.
All right, see if I can get up to here. Then.
It's starting to get congested at the gate here. But you can definitely, yeah, you could get in between. I think I won't even make you roll for this, but you would definitely notice that Nod's making a run for it with Kurza. He's yanked Kurza away and broke free, and if you get yourself in between, that might help the odds.
So I'll get up to here with Bart on my back, and I want to yell out to guards and just say, I'm just gonna say, let us pass. We have friends in need of help.
Okay, you could do a charisma check, see if that has any influence on the reaction you get. All right. You got 2 more fortune. I don't know what you want to do with them, but I'll take it that you may want to hold on. I don't know. It's up to you.
We need to get out of here. And it is end of session technically. Critical that we get away.
It's your call. It's whatever you think, but otherwise the guards are gonna pursue this way.
I can get this, but I it's a little more than 50-50.
Yeah. Okay, it's not a big deal. You don't have to use it. There'll be I'm sure there's going to be some other scenarios here in a moment, but the guards are going to try to pursue, seeing that the bottleneck is occurring. Their target is Shaujr. These 2 guards are going to try to grapple with Shaujr, who has been slowed at the gate. And let's see, they need to try to hit AC 6. And they miss you. Yeah, they miss you outright. In fact, one of them stumbles badly. Let's see. I guess this is just a negative to his next roll. But yeah, he definitely did not come in at any good angle to try to grab. And now, let's see. Those 2 have gone. This guard over here is going to try to play catch up. He is going to try to run through here, and this is where he is going to try to make his way dexterity-wise through the banner. So he's able to get by, but can't get any further, really. He's slowed a little bit by it. And
sure he wouldn't take an interest in that bystander again? Maybe.
The bystander has joined the captor's side and trying to catch you all, but the other knight that was ripped of Kurza is not liking this at all and is going to try to make their way towards Kurza again to grab a hold of Kurza. So they're able to get in there. It's definitely congested in here now. It's going to be like shoulder to shoulder in a moment if everyone's trying to go through the gate at once, but the knight is able to get over there and try to reach and grab at Kurza. In this case, he can grab at Kurza pretty easily because everyone's been slowed a little bit, but as he grabs him, he's going to try to pull him away from you, Nod, so you can try to resist the tug of war here again. Oh, wow. I don't think it'll matter.
Yeah, I think that's what a crit fail for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you crit failed, yeah. You just feel almost like a wind blow, like nothing really major, but you continue to pull Kurza towards the door. Yeah, I don't know what that was. That trip on something?
They threw a piece of paper at me.
But yeah, so their attempts are futile so far, but it's getting congested up there, so I guess that would be the one concern. Kurza, you do have your wand in your hand at this point, but you're being... did you spit the rag out? I don't remember where we are with Kurza.
I think he was trying.
He was trying to, I think, right? So if you wanted to do anything here, I guess you could potentially.
Tower, crumble the tower.
Maybe from the other side, but yeah.
He's gonna do some earth to mud or collapse that whole archway.
Chris, could you hear us?
Is everybody okay with going?
We can't hear you, Chris.
Can't hear you, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
See
can
your
hear
mouth
you now.
moving, but we can't hear
Oh,
you.
there we go.
There we go.
Okay, there we go. Maybe not.
From wall to wall side, 40 foot.
That sounds about right.
40 foot.
I'd say that sounds about right. Yeah, it says 30 here.
What are you
It's actually
doing?
30 feet.
How bad is this going to be?
Gonna have.
Did we ever wait a minute?
Oh, it's gonna be great.
Nod
fun.
grabbed,
Oh boy. Okay. We're
yeah, I was gonna say Nod grabbed him, tucked him under his arm, and started running. Was there any kind of rolls or anything about dropping wands or anything like that?
I don't know.
Well,
I mean,
he just grabbed his wand and then maybe in the tug of war. That's a good point. That's a good point actually. In the tug of war that's been occurring with your arms, Kurza, you need to make a strength check to see if you could hold on to this wand actually before
What
you
a
could...
dexterity check instead.
No, it's a tug of war. It's not a obstacle course. All right, so I'm gonna let you decide on that one. That wand would be on the ground.
good fortune to throw a monkey wrench into our escape plan. Here, go for it.
I don't know if you can do that actually technically because it's probably against some kind of code that we never wrote. But
Hey, you're the DM.
I think
Whatever you say
I'll
goes.
leave it to Chris to decide if he thinks that it's appropriate or not.
In that case,
But it's a group vote, right?
We could go from escape to under arrest. Like tomorrow we'll be beheaded at the guillotine in the town square for
You
assaulting
just want your
royalty.
test nod skills. I hear you. Now we have to really get out of this.
What do you think, Chris? Would do you think it would be appropriate to use an astonishing fortune to try to hold on to your wand? There is a case to be made for the fact that the wand has other purpose for the group. That's not necessarily that he's spending the fortune because he's gonna screw you
No.
over now. But...
It has been a handy item in the past.
All right,
for
yeah.
sure.
So he wants to hold on to the wand, and I could see why. He doesn't have many wands, so holding on to the wand makes some sense to spend the fortune. But I think you're down to one. Are you down to one?
I believe so now.
Yeah,
Yes.
be down to one. All right. So the wand is in hand. Kurza, what do you intend to do?
one way.
Put the wand away
I'll
before
use-
you lose it.
Now that I've done this, I need to make my escape, right?
I'll tell you what. I want to give you
So
a chance to
let's,
take over your willpower here because seeing everyone converge on the gate might be enough to snap Kurza out of his current state. So go ahead and make
I'm still going to use.
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
have-
That's fine. You can decide that after you save or don't save how you want to use it, I think. But you do a save versus paralyzation, and then that'll determine what
paralyzation,
if
why
any.
is that?
I think that's on
Info tracker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So in this case, you are still motivated to harm in the best way possible the occupants of the caravan. Now there is one astonishing fortune left, I believe.
You say
But...
he still thinks
No, why would we use it now?
Just go for the
Seharn-
knockout blow. Just pop him in the forehead.
I'm sorry,
If
Chris.
Griff hits, if
Can
Griff
you
hits him,
can
he's
you repeat
out.
that, Chris? I'm sorry. Cut out.
If Nod punches him, boom.
Oh, he's aiming for the caravan. Okay. All right.
But
And
Seharn's in
if
the
I
caravan.
take out this
Yeah.
wall, yeah, my friend
I just see
is
pop.
helping me get out.
I like 5
And
boxes on the
To
screen.
take out
Oh no!
the wall.
I had a plan. I was gonna plead for us.
Yeah,
So
this walls come down in mud, and then
What
the
walls?
street itself, other areas underneath, and the guards, and this theoretically run through the now open walls, and they'll carry me to safety. Yeah, yeah. While creating chaos and possibly damage to the.
Okay. All right. So
Well, there goes our reputation.
the primary thing for you would be that you want to disrupt the caravan, and then with whatever's left, you want to bring down walls, right? That sounds like what I'm hearing. Let's see. 20-foot cube per. Oh shit. Okay.
That's why I said I could probably take out both the the gate wall and the side wall.
Yeah,
plenty
yeah,
of
I was
space
just double checking
wall.
your area of effect, and I think you're right. I think you can definitely affect a pretty big area here
And
with the
then,
wand.
yeah,
Okay. All right,
I mean,
so
that's why it was so effective against the beholder. It literally had a huge,
Yeah, you took
20
that
foot of
yeah,
ceiling,
yeah.
1,000
Yeah,
square
Well,
feet
so here's what we're gonna do.
down on
Here's
him.
what we're gonna do, Kurza, because my belief is my impression of using a wand is that it needs to be aimed somewhat, right? And I think because you're restrained, it might be difficult for you to get perfect aim here. So I'm gonna have you make basically I think we'll do a dexterity check, and how close you are to your dexterity is going to determine how accurate this is. So
And
oh,
maybe
just go
maybe
on.
use the grenade bounce thing if he fails
There
his
we
dex.
go.
yeah, but
Oh.
yeah, he actually gets his dex check pretty good here. We'll
Decent
say
dex.
yeah, you have a good dex. Beat it by 8. So yeah, so I think in general it's going to be right where you pretty much intended. I'm going to alter it just a little bit. Oops. But it's bringing down walls and softening the ground as we speak. And so I think that is it for Kurza's turn. It's now Bart. And Bart, I'm going to expire this now. You're a hold person. I
Yeah.
think this would be the moment to go ahead and say that has expired.
Oh boy.
What?
And
We're
Bart's
in
if
trouble.
Bart,
he's
we can kill them all.
We're in trouble. You're
yeah,
right.
he's gonna take a drink of that vial of fire breath he got from Renwick and just try and spew it towards the caravan
Oh,
and whoever's in between him and it.
yeah.
I'd assume.
I
So that
like it.
was
Okay.
a 10 by 10 foot wide, 20 foot long.
All right.
Is the notes that I had.
Yeah, that's right. So you could do a roll 20, please,
Rack. Oh man.
and then we'll.
See.
This is a hell of an ending for the night. You might.
that are
I
We'll
thought we
see.
were gonna make it. I thought we were gonna make it out of here.
Okay, so it's something
Alright.
like that, but it's let's see.
Yep.
This. Okay.
Right at Seharn, you're trying to cook Seharn.
No, I'm
Right.
protected. I'm
All right.
inside. The outside may catch on
Yeah.
fire, but for the moment, I'll be fine.
So I think you with that roll would be hitting AC. Let's see, what would that be? I'm trying to.
How many of those guards are
5,
in the
AC
way?
5. Yeah,
Besides?
so this guy in the middle is going to take damage from the attack, and then the carriage itself is going to have to make a savings throw versus fire.
It was a D10 plus 2, I think.
So he okay.
All right, so
Was able to dig that out of his pack while he was hanging over
well,
there.
he has a free.
I get.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
they're
thought he was being kind of drug along
No.
more than.
No, he was. I had him over my shoulder.
Yeah, I'll say his head is over the back of your shoulder, and he wears a belt pouch across his. So unless you had his arms tied, which I don't know if you guys did or not, that would be the big question. Did you
No,
tie
I
him
was
up?
just old.
Okay.
No.
They mentioned rope and everything, but I don't know if they actually did.
Yeah, they were going
we
to,
never-
and then I think it just didn't happen because everything was moving so fast. But in this case, what ends up happening is you do get a little bit of the breath weapon off, and you do burn this guard down here who's going to take some damage. But the carriage itself does not seem to be affected much by it. Like maybe a little bit of a singe mark on the side of the carriage, but this sudden
Good.
bright breath weapon coming out of nowhere might be another major distraction here. So Harn, it's back to you.
Gosh,
Oh, I'm sorry. You actually have to make a save versus breath weapon.
I'm inside the carriage.
Yeah, the door's open, and he breathed fire at the door.
You are a harsh DM versus breath.
Evil.
I know. He just wants us to die, Molly. That's it. There you go. There you go. Oh my God.
All right, so Bart, was it 5 damage that you did, or what was the damage again?
D10 plus 2.
Oh, 5. Okay, yeah. You take
Yeah.
you take 5 damage from the fire, basically, because it's cooking the inside here. I'm gonna see who, if anyone else inside, gets touched by.
-5. Enter. Good. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate that,
All right, so
fellow.
All right, I'm gonna. I was saving that. I'm gonna erase that breath weapon potion now.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm actually glad you got to do something. Yeah. Really
I
sorry.
had to give him a chance to do something. I felt
I
bad.
know.
He's
I've,
been
I've kept him
hypnotized
locked
the whole
down.
time,
Yeah,
so
the
and then he
whole
held person on him. But
Oh,
He
that's
was
good.
shaking it.
the whole
It's
game.
good.
Yeah.
go
So-
ahead, Saharn. You can just you can go now.
Oh my God. Thank you. Um, I'm just gonna plead. Like, sorry. Get your caravan out of here. They're possessed. Magic, madness. Your presence only makes this worse. To settle the situation, please. We will take care of them. Flee.
So
Take your guards and let us go.
a wisdom and charisma check, please.
Both? How are you reading this, DM? What are we doing here? All right. First, wisdom.
Whichever is fine.
All right. That should be okay.
Okay, and then
All
your
right.
charisma. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, so I think you're believable, you're genuine in what you're telling them, and they are grateful for your aid. But you're noticing also that the ground is softened and that the wheels of the cart are beginning to mesh into the
Yes.
ground and sink a little bit. And you're thinking your wisdom check was for you trying to gauge what you should do to self-preserve. And you definitely get the sense you should get the hell out of here pretty quickly, and that your best opportunity is going to be to try to jump from the cart over the muddied area.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, if you'd like to move, you can move this turn, and you can make a dexterity check to try to leap across.
I was going to ask you. You're going to make me roll
I
another
mean, you're
roll.
good at dex. You're good at dex.
Yeah, it's my second
I mean,
highest
if I can get
stats.
3 checks out of you in one turn, that's pretty good.
Really good. Just keep me in danger. Woohoo!
Okay.
All right.
So you're able to navigate the cart, get to the back, and jump towards the back here. That area might be.
All right.
Yeah. Either way, I think
What do
you're
you think?
somewhere near the gate, and
As long as I'm trying to gather us out of here.
yeah, this person's gonna self-preserve in the
Hopefully
corner.
they called the guards off.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely feel your plea after helping them had some effect, but right now the chaos has turned to the muddy problem, so they don't look as intent on capture as they do escape.
Yeah.
Nod, you're up.
Well, I think Nod is going to activate his cape. It is a daily use thing, but
So I'm gonna
shoot,
have
I might be
you
able to.
do a dexterity check as well to try to avoid the muddy spots. As you're right.
Yeah,
in
that's why I was trying to use the cape prevents the wearer from easily being pushed or shoved. I figured that would help resistance to knock back, but maybe not against the slip.
Yeah, maybe if the wall from the gate fell or
Yeah.
something, that would play. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you're able to narrowly avoid the softened ground and get your hooves on solid ground to at least stay upright for now without that compromising your next action. But at the gate right now, you've got Shaujr basically facing off one-on-one with a guard on the other side who's trying to keep him held back from passing into the harbor district. And then you've got the 2 guards here who are on solid ground trying to detain Shaujr, and then another guard over here who's caught in the mud. So what are you thinking? And you're of course
What
dragging
Nod
Kurza.
is going to try to do. Yeah, what Nod is going to try to do, again, keeping Kurza tucked under his arm, he's going to move up here behind Shaujr, right? He's almost going to shoulder check this guard as he does. He's like, watch out, I got him. And he's going to get a hold of Shaujr with his hand and use him already struggling against this guy to push him through this guard, beginning to bulldoze
Bull rush. So this
everything.
This is like
Yeah.
a bull rush for the
Right.
Minotaur. Yeah, I think this is a perfect
Sweet.
This is
situation.
why I was going to activate
The
my cape
bull
to
rush.
like resist getting pushed or shoved and resistance to all that.
This is right up your alley. I love this. Yeah, you can definitely do this. I think probably the best way will still be like an unarmed attack roll just to see how much it affects the guard. So the horn roll that you did was good. Oh, there you go. Beautiful. All right. So I guess let's do this on top of it. Let's do a strength check to determine how far you move them from their spot. All right. So you're gonna blast them back several squares here into and back into the harbor district. So I'll move you forward and Shaujr forward. Shaujr, you just feel this sudden force from behind lift you and push you forward as if the wind was at your back going downhill. Yeah, there's a lot more room
Oof.
now in the doorway suddenly. And Shaujr, it's your turn.
All right. With that
Did I get
momentum,
moved up too?
Yeah, let me get you there.
I'm gonna hope that I can, yeah, push past this guy, shove past this guy, just to make a break for it.
Okay. Yeah, you could do like an unarmed attack on him, and we'll see if you can kind of shove him.
Any bonuses for me just helping and pushing Shaujr through?
Yeah, I think take a +2 bonus because you've got a Minotaur at your back, and that's with 2 horns, so +2 seems okay. So
And one for my strength.
that's a
Um,
blast. Yeah, so you definitely push them.
He gets to make a AC dex check.
Oh wow.
Make
He
a.
gets.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm just looking at the push
Yeah.
whole trip thing. Target was not moving. He gets +6, so -6 on a check, dex check.
Oh,
Yeah, he crit fails it. He gets absolutely
Like
blasted backwards, and
He was not ready for that
he's
train.
actually gonna take some
Choo
fall
choo.
damage here as well from
Yeah,
the
he's on his
push.
butt
So
at
he's
least.
laying back in.
That was so good that you pushed him, Nod. That was like the perfect thing to do.
So now
My goodness.
you've cleared the doorway. The door is cleared.
Stop running away.
The caravan is heading through, like it or not. Griff, you're up next.
I'm gonna try to follow the gap, and I'm also going to be yelling at Bart that know who your friends are. Know who your friends are.
Yeah, if you're trying to like shake Bart or something like that, you can make.
Slap him.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
can do. I think a wisdom check
For Bart or
for Griff.
Griff?
Yeah, so you just
Oh,
don't
this is-
you don't have like enough time to like really get to him basically like in the moment to really try to shake his will, but you can make a dex check now to try to steer clear of the mud, which you're easily able to do, and make your way into the doorway, which is opened up significantly, but you're still in line. Unless, are you gonna try to just follow, basically stay behind Nod?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, perfect.
Yeah, and I also yell out, "Everyone meet at the chum bucket." Not that I think me and Seharn, I think
Yeah.
are the only ones that know.
Or find Furbus or something so like only you guys know what it is, where to go. But all right, so the guards here are pretty much gonna be in a disadvantage from the sense that their target has now been pushed forward and there are several people between you all. So I think at this point they're going to try to see if I'm going to see if they're perceiving you all as a group of actors. And yeah, they are perceiving you as a group of actors at this point. Their targets can change to the nearest target in this case. So I think they're going to go ahead and try to restrain Griff as he's running by and they see that he's following the person they're following oddly. So they're going to try to grab a hold of Griff. Let's see. I guess this would be, what's Griff's AC? It would be
3.
okay. One of them gets a pretty good grab on you, and you're basically moving forward. So you can make a strength check to see if you can overcome the grab here. And basically, it's who passes by more. I passed by 2. You passed by 12. So you didn't have any problem either escaping them from grabbing you. These two failed at that. The other one is literally stuck in the mud, so he is got to make a save here. He's sinking in the mud fast. The ground beneath the carriage is sinking and softened fast to where the cart itself is now, the wheels are totally submerged in mud. The other guards and escorts who are surrounding the caravan as well are struggling to each get themselves out of the mud, which has really surrounded them. Who else do
They
we
really
have?
need
Okay, this last guard. So the guard that got pushed and he gets up, he's gonna try to push back to his best extent here. I guess what he would probably do is just return towards Shaujr to see if he couldn't grab him. So do an attack roll on Shaujr.
I think you should fail
And it
morale
looks like he
check.
grabs a hold of Shaujr, so we'll do another strength check to see if he's able to maintain any grip or slow you down significantly or not.
Yeah, get him.
And I
Yes,
failed. So you once again, they don't have any real chance of grabbing you guys. So you break free of that, and that's pretty much it for the guards. I think that's it. Kurza, we're back to you. You've been drug through now. You see the gate wall here starting to crumble on both sides, and even looks like it's starting to cause cracks and other deterioration in the gate itself. But for the most part, your intent to bring down and soften this stone has worked, and the caravan is sinking with Cormyrean knights and Procamper guards amongst its contents. What would what would be your last thoughts as you are being pulled through the gate now? Any
Did he hear me say go to the chum bucket? Meet Fergus.
Did I hear fireball? Is that what I heard?
Again,
Yeah,
I'm trying to decide if that's what's next. Do I have my own actions or no?
Actually, you need to make another check, don't you? So you can make another paralyzation save and see if the gravity of the situation has registered yet.
He's getting good jostle in my arms.
Yeah, we probably destroyed our reputation in this town. We were doing okay.
You were doing okay.
You
We
knew
were.
this day was coming
Okay,
too.
so-
When he described how tightly it was controlled.
Kurza, you're definitely still under the impression that a great evil is
Still have an astonishing
getting away
fortune.
from you here.
We still have another astonishing fortune,
Do we
Kurza.
have
Use
any
it.
astonishing
Yeah, I say he
fortune
uses
left?
it. I think that's
Yeah.
a good idea.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have one
One.
left.
1 minute.
Last one.
Come on, you can make it.
It is
All
our
right.
last. We're at
Oh,
midnight.
same roll.
Damn it.
You
Same
can't
roll.
fail them all. Oh
It's that
my god.
randomness, right? There's no
Yeah.
randomness to roll 20, the algorithm.
All right, Kurza, what would be the most twisted
Bad.
thing you could think of to finish
Fireball.
the session with?
Do something.
Bart's gonna hurl produce flame at these guys. More fire,
All
more
right.
Oh, it's not
better.
a bad idea.
If you're gonna fireball him, go ahead. You can go ahead and you can
Go
roll
ahead.
it.
Roll it.
I can't hear him, so it's cutting out. But if you are gonna do that, and that to me is plausible, so there we go. All right.
Oh no, really?
Okay, so
At least you got
Your friend's there, Kurza. Stop. Don't hurt Seharn. He's just a fish.
What is all that?
all right, so we got some savings throws for the caravan to be made here.
Oh,
As our elf fires a fireball from the shoulder, or I guess from the shoulder here, he is going to hit 1, 2, and then the caravan itself. The caravan saves, so it does not catch a blaze, but it does take some damage. And then the guard here has taken damage. This guard has taken full damage. He failed his check.
And the two behind us as well.
Yeah, this one and this one. Okay. Yeah, so the mage fires off this fireball, which some of you at this point would know for sure. You've seen this before. Who just did that? There's no
am I in
question.
that nest? Did I get caught in that?
I think this is where a dex check again would come in handy to see if his aim was true. So how about a dex check for
Not to hit.
yeah
Not to hit.
yeah
From
Seharn.
me or from Kurza?
from Kurza
Okay.
because Kurza's aiming this fireball, so I'm thinking that's more
Shit,
appropriate.
I think might be better saving roll in my hands. So go ahead, buddy.
Okay, Kurza is not aiming for you, and he wasn't intending to aim for you. He really was targeting the cart anyway, but he's a little closer to you than he intended, but not quite getting you. Maybe the heat from it you feel, but none of the effects burn you. Bart, what would you like to do here in the waning moments of...
Or maybe the guard next to you gets hit.
Yeah, Bart's conjuring fire as well with produce flame and hurling it at the caravan.
Go for it. Go for it.
I don't know if there's even an attack roll that it calls for. It's just
It's like a 1D... Is it 1D... or...
D4 plus 1, just hurling fire. I guess it might just be like a save against
Yeah, it'll be a save for them.
the flames.
All right, let's see if...
Ooh.
There's a crit fail. Okay, so this guy's taking more damage.
Oh, there we go. I'm throwing max fire damage
I
towards the
know.
caravan.
No one's ever seen this side of Bart before. All right, so you both put a last gasp of fire towards the caravan that's sinking into the mud. And I'm gonna go to Seharn next. I think you're the lone wolf behind here.
Is that where I am?
You can make a dexterity check to make your way through the terrain and to the gate if you'd like.
I would like to proceed out of here with my.
All right, go for it.
All right.
No. All right.
You said.
We spent the last one. We spent the last one. All right, so you get a foot caught in mud here on your way out. So unfortunately, you're gonna have to spend your actions now to try to get your foot freed from the mud, and you can't advance.
This is where we end with me being left behind.
I know, right?
I know. I wanted to end on the caravan in flames with the fireball.
Yeah. And Bart still has 4 rounds of tossing flames.
Okay. All right. As long as there's a target that's suitable for it, you're not just aiming at anything. You're definitely You want a free and clear shot to the caravan.
Yep.
That's going to be a beautiful place, chaotic place to start the next session. You're still possessed of the chamber to go.
At this point, what's going to happen is if you and it might be a little tidier to clean this up, but the guards are going to be concerned about their passengers and the fact that's sinking in the mud, and they're going to stop this pursuit because there's flames flying at them, and it's just not worth their effort. They're here to protect the passengers, and so they're not going to pursue you. That's going to probably be something you're going to have to deal with inside of the Sea District. I think what we should do then is really just try to resolve Seharn's position to see if you're able to join your party in the Sea District at the beginning of next session, or if we'll have to resolve it later. So I think it's a strength check to get your leg free, and then another dex check to sprint your way into the Harbor District.
We have no rolls because this is my
just
lowest
kill
ability.
Yeah.
I have a 9. I have a 9 strength. So
it's
here we go.
It's not in your favor. You can.
The dice will tell me right now.
The dice side. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, there you go.
I made it.
Well, that's why we
At
rolled
least
them.
I'm free.
All right. So now you got to dex your way out one last time without stepping
my
in.
way out. All right. Yes. This is where I failed the actual good stat of 16. No, come on.
No. All right.
All
right. So you're gonna have made it a step further, but now like once again where you thought was safe ground is no longer safe ground because the wall has come folding down on itself here, and the mud has started to spread. So you're caught again. Let's go ahead and do one more round of that. I think for the others, do any of you want to try to aid your friend here, or is anyone in a position to offer aid? I know Griff is
Can I see him? Can I reach back?
I think you've got Bart on your shoulder. It might be more difficult for you. It might be easier for either Nod or someone that's not carrying somebody. Unless you want to drop Bart.
Kurza.
Just let them take
Oh yeah,
me
you
to
have
prison.
Kurza.
You did heal. You did heal him.
To
So
the
maybe.
right.
Yeah,
Could,
Like I said-
could he even argue that Bart could even try to grab at
that's true.
Seharn?
Bart snapped out of it, so yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, Bart, you could do that. I'm sorry. Yeah, you actually could be the hero here to help Seharn if you'd like to.
Bart? I thought he's still throwing fire at the caravan.
Yeah,
I thought
he's still
didn't you not
crazy
save?
guy.
No, I guess you didn't save. I thought
No,
you.
Nope.
he
Okay.
did.
Okay.
He's out of the horse.
Yeah, he still wouldn't want to leave his friend, though. In theory, right? He just hates the evil there. He's not.
That's a good point. Let's have Bart
Yeah.
roll a save versus paralyzation again, and see if you're able to
Okay.
shake this. I should have had you roll that last time too.
Oh, right.
'Cause you could have shaken this effect a while ago if I had remembered that. Okay.
Change his mind from.
Okay. So
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
yeah.
So he's got
you can
fire in his
definitely-
palms and he's looking at it going, oh.
It's like he
whoops.
just suddenly woke up and yeah, realized like, oh, okay. And Harn struggling to try to get out of this mud that's spread and obscuring or obstructing the entryway. You want to offer him a hand?
He's confused, but used to the chaotic nature, I think, of our encounters. And yeah, he'll reach out a hand. I'm assuming that strength check or something?
Yeah, I think a strength check.
Oh, yeah.
No,
No.
so
Oh, oh,
all right.
Jesus.
So we'll leave it then with Seharn stuck in the mud. That's where we'll leave it. It's meant the dice wanted you to be stuck in the mud, so you are stuck in the mud despite our best effort.
Does this mean if I'm separated, is Bart with me, or him and I perhaps separated
Yeah, I mean,
from the others?
and Seharn are hand in hand at the moment.
Is this wall going to come down between us and trap us here? What's going on, DM Jamie?
The side that Kurza struck over here is pretty much collapsed, and the rest of the structure is starting to weaken. So yeah, this is not the safest place to be standing right now.
Through that archway is not a safe way to go.
Through the archway is safe for the moment, but you only have a few more moments probably before bigger pieces fall down on you.
Accession
You'll have
or
to come up with a
free,
strategy of how to free your, and then after you free yourself, what you're gonna do to escape further capture and pursuit. But yeah, that seems like the right place to park it. The dice really wanted Seharn to be right where he is, so
Yeah, you should maybe abandon me, Adam.
No, we never leave anyone behind. I gotta say, this has been the most intense encounter we fought liches and beholders, but this
This
one was
was
really
there
fun.
was
intense.
something about there must be something about really not wanting to be captured. That
Yeah,
it's one thing to die. It's one thing
Right.
to die, but to be captured? That's
Yeah.
just humiliating. That's humiliating. So I can see why there's like this extra. You guys have really did a good job of spreading out the battle, and because if they had been able to overwhelm you all, it just worked out the way you had split them apart a little bit and kept yourself split apart. But some of that was forced because you had two different people affected by their curse, and you had to react to that as well. So a lot
I think
of decisions were made in a short period of time. So it was definitely exciting to see what you guys decided to do and how you made your way through it. I had no idea that it would be at this point. I really didn't know where we would end up.
Yeah.
I think you said it best, Wayne. I was surprised you weren't arrested halfway through the session.
I just thought we would be. So this just started going south on us.
Yeah.
That's why we originally, I think, split up, and Shaujr totally played it cool, like I'm not with them, and then just started to mess with these guys.
Yeah.
See their way
I'm
through it.
surprised they didn't just cut me down, that they actually tried to capture me instead of just killing me off.
Yeah, I think
After I
it's
did that shot.
Well,
Okay, they're just going to kill me now.
if they're good, if Cormyre's good, murder's probably not their first move in any situation.
Yeah,
And I
they had
also
every
encouraged them that
advantage.
I told them that you were drunk too, maybe the first time.
I look at it like the way
Stable.
that you would have reacted to the curse was so quick that not all of them even would have seen the fact that it was Kurza that shot the shot, right? Like some of them did, some of them didn't. It was fast enough. But obviously after it all broke loose, they thought they had it under control. They thought they had him detained, but then Shaujr created the other distraction, which prevented all the guards from surrounding the threat. And I think that the numbers just worked in your favor, just barely, and you were able to get by.
I think
Really
our
lucky with
BS
the rolls.
stories.
Yeah, it was
Mhm.
some
We
interesting
were,
roles.
yeah.
And then I'm sorry to the guys who didn't have autonomy today. Hopefully you still had fun and you were able to make some
yeah.
decisions.
Yeah.
And at the end, it was a lot of fun to see you both thinking like a DM, like on causing chaos.
I
It was
feel
well played.
bad.
Yeah.
I had to for story arc. It just made sense to try to shut you down, but yeah, it effectively took you out of the session. So
Yeah.
No, that was it was fun to look through what Bart had available
I,
to
I,
cause as much destruction as quickly as possible, I think.
yeah, that's a different feeling, right? Like just
It was
trying to mass
yeah.
damage, mass area of effect. But I think, yeah, what you were saying, Wayne, about doing hold person on Bart may have saved you guys because had he been had he warranted as much attention as Kurza did, it would have been a little bit more difficult to de-escalate. Whereas Shaujr basically just invented this whole pickpocket scenario, and so people there weren't as high on their guard. Had he been up there swinging his mace or flail, that would have been a lot more intense reactions. It may have ended up saving things. It was fun to see how it unfolded. But we'll pick up where you're all at the gate trying to get that last pull, get your CL friend into the harbor, and then I don't know what you do from there. It's going to be fun to plan a little bit for next session and think about what the outcomes could be as you make your way into what is already like a high patrolled city, but you might be free and clear for a little bit in the harbor district to try to make some planned escape. But yeah,
yeah, we won.
Tim, that's the other thing. It was awesome that you hopped in when you did. I think that was like a curveball that I couldn't even have invented. So it was
Was
awesome
good.
that you came in right
Yeah,
when you did. Yeah.
definitely added to the session there.
It made sense in such a narrative way too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Molly said this was a lot of fun. But if Chris, if you hadn't made your damn saving throw, we could have just shut this down and
Yeah.
spent the whole session getting out of
That's what I'm
town.
saying. You had
Yeah.
an astonishing fortune because normally the group decides, but yeah.
And you kept the clever little mischief you kept trying to pull that whole time, just throwing us sideways.
I saw another side of
Perfect.
Chris, and I liked it.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
I'm
it's perfect. Right with the story, the way we're going, if we
Hey,
do.
have to play it.
I
It's
love
like,
the callback to Bart with the potion that Renwick gave him to fight the Lich.
Yeah.
That comes out.
yeah.
It's been on my sheet for months, and I never had a cause to use it. I don't think this.
It's like the whole party
Like-
is, he's had that thing this whole time.
yep.
Hey,
Yeah,
one thing,
that's
did you get the magic short sword?
I just saw that, and actually, I was gonna roleplay it when I saw you came on. So we can pick
Okay.
up that. Yeah, but I'm thinking he's
well-
gonna want to bury it. Is probably what he's gonna want to do.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a good thing that maybe we can add into the next session is that you handing the sword off and deciding what you want to do with it eventually. But yeah, it's a fun session. Thanks everybody for making it. Bye all.